All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is episode 47, and I'm wearing a very fuzzy robe. Now, I don't know why this was sent to me, but YouTube decided to send this to me. So now I'm going to rock this because it's kind of drippy. So welcome into the podcast, guys. We're not here to talk about that tonight. We're going to be talking about the Mid-Atlantic Major, but I just thought that was a really good way to get into this. Let's bring in our two hosts. The first voice you heard just there was Stephen Hatch. What is up, buddy?
What up, man? Back from Philadelphia, you know.
Back from Philly.
Back literally this morning.
Back from the dead, because you seem like you're half asleep right now. So we'll see how you get through the show.
We're all good.
We're all good. That's all good. That's what I like to hear, the Tarek mindset. And then on the bottom, if you guys are on the video, but yeah, here comes this voice, Mr. Brandon Brando Baird.
How's it going, everyone? We're as Hatch said, we got in really early, a little sleep deprived now, even more so than what we were at the actual tournament, but we're excited to talk about this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot that went on. It was a kind of a cool way to end the event. You know, we went down to one-on-ones. I got some great insight on that if you guys want to stay tuned for that. We also got, I don't know, you boys played. I mean, we won't jump into that right away, but yeah, we'll talk about that more later on as well. One thing I do want to mention, just because we have good Brandon camera connection right now, so if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, turn on the video portion because you can see him, and I always want to mention that. But he also has a special little gun with him, so I don't know. Walk us through this, Brandon. I saw you were holding it.
Oh yeah, it's so pretty now.
It's so pretty.
Michelle's new Geo4. It's like a prism. Color shift fade or
pack a punch.
I don't even know. Pack a punch. It really does.
Exactly, dude.
Like,
pack a punch.
It's like it's pack a punched. I don't know. I don't think it does it justice. You
not even
move it in the light.
Yeah.
Not even
you can't even see the green in here.
It's so nice.
As you move it in the light, it's a little fade. I don't know. It's so it's so pretty.
Yeah,
nice with it all day.
I haven't seen it in person yet, but I saw it on Michelle posted a story of it when she got it at the tournament, and whew, fucking beautiful.
So it's wild in person.
Yeah.
Arc.
One of the better looking. Did you say it was Arc who did it?
Yeah, Arc.
It was Arc Anodizing.
Shout out to Ryan Hall.
Yeah, Arc Anodizing does a really good job.
That one, they did not take any shortcuts on that marker. That one looks 10 out of 10.
Yeah, so go check that out on the video portion, or stay tuned over there for the rest of the show so you'll be able to see our brilliant faces. I don't know why I use that adjective, but it's just the one that came to mind. Before we get too much deeper into the show, though, I got to talk about our sponsors real quick. And this week, we're going to start with NECTR. So NECTR Energy, which I'm going to pop in as soon as I'm done with this ad read because, hey, I'm tired and it's time to do it. But yeah, NECTR Energy, a little energy pouch product. It's got some caffeine, some neurotropics, cognizin, cytocholine, I think is the neurotropic in it. But yeah, so we'll talk about those more later on in the show, but head over to nectar.energy, and nectar spelled NECTR, nectar.energy/MafiaProductions, and then you'll be able to use our code MafiaProductions over there for a buy two get one free. So put 3 items in your cart and one of them's going to be free. And then our last sponsor, well, our second sponsor, Liquid IV, hydration product. Was using them out at Philly, keeping me hydrated. Was also talking crap with the owner of another competing product and had a lot of great conversations with him about it over the weekend. But yeah, Liquid IV, they're the product that we use, the product that we trust. They did actually just come out with a sugar-free flavor. So I know some people that is important to them, whether it be diabetes issues or just, lack of being keto or something, maybe not wanting sugar. So yeah, definitely go check that out. liquidiv.com. Use promo code Mafia_Moffitt, and yeah, it's 20% off over there as well as free shipping. So get it right to your door. Well, perfect.
Wow, with that, we drank so much Liquid IV over the weekend.
Oh yeah, dude, it was pretty humid there in Philly.
Oh yeah, I remember at the practice the first day.
Fuck, it was miserable.
It was.
Thursday was
miserable.
it was probably the hottest day. I will say Friday after it rained, that afternoon got just thick air, bro.
Yeah, we played right after the rain.
Damn. Okay, so the field was still pretty damp and fucked up, and
yeah. Honestly, the semi-pro field, the Lone Wolf, was not the flattest in the world.
No, it was like not.
A huge hill, and all the bunkers were at the very top. So actually, field was fucking great.
Yeah,
it just leaked off into where everybody was spectating from.
Yeah,
yeah. it just would just leak off into the pits and into the little grandstands area.
Now, the rest of the weekend playing on an angled field probably wasn't the best, but, you know, it has its advantages.
No.
Yeah, it honestly wasn't too bad. You know, it could have been way worse. I played on fields way worse than that. Like when it was in Fantasy of Flight in Florida, that was pretty, you know, not the
Pretty
flattest.
up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, not the flattest.
Like the whole field, the Dorito side and it slanted down towards the Doritos and the Snake side, and it peaked in the center from start gate to start gate. So I mean I think that's better than like the start gates being the low spots and then coming up to the 50-yard lines.
No, you're shooting artillery at that point.
Yeah, trying to lob balls in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I guess since we're talking about your guys' field, let's jump into your guys' weekend. Might as well. Flow conversation. So you guys ended up going, what, 1-3 out there?
Yeah. Fuck me, man. Can we do this one later?
I mean,
No,
I
we're good.
guess, but
No, we're good.
you're going to have to talk about it at some point, Hatch.
Yeah, we're good. The thing is, our record, even though we went 1-3, a lot of those matches were like super close, right? And even that Killers game at the end, where I think we got beat like 6-2, I think.
Mhm.
Even that match, I think they started going off near the end because there's penalties and all that. But so first match, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, yeah, it was just grinders all
Yeah.
around.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
our
I
first
feel like we
match-
saw that in a lot of divisions. Like this layout kind of just, you never were safe. Like the game never was really over until it was over.
Yeah. Our first match against the Padres, that was the only match that wasn't streamed on the webcast because we played on the Hormesis field over in the divisional pits.
Mhm.
And man, that pit was fucked. That pit was so fucked.
What was going on over there?
Dude, the rain, it was like slush. Thick, disgusting. I think that was actually the worst pit that I saw the entire weekend right after the rain.
So you
And
literally
we-
mean like the pit area? Like, I guess
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
the
Where you
field?
would-
Like, yeah.
Where you would stand in the pits. That was the
Mhm.
worst for sure. So we were like getting paint boxes and like breaking them down to where like we would like elongate them out flat and just
Mhm.
like set them on the ground. And we're
It's
just
the
like,
pro
all right,
move.
well, yep, you know, making sure we're not slipping and sliding because grip is everything sometimes when it's like a muddy field and traction is everything.
Trust me, grip is everything, Hatch. We all know
Yeah.
grip is everything.
Grip will control, even the tightest grip will control the strongest man. as you
Yes,
say.
it very much can.
So be careful on who you fucking let a grip on you. Anyway, as you were saying.
The metaphor was lost towards the end there, but I think we all know what we mean.
Mhm. So, yeah, grip wise, we put the paint boxes on the ground, played against the Padres, close match. Straight up, we choked. We went up 2, and then they came back 2-2, then brought back. I think it was like 3-2, and then what was the finishing score? of
No,
that?
so it was 3-2 under like 2 minutes left, and I think we lost one off break, and we kind of tried to hold. We couldn't get into the snake, so we tried to hold them off to go into overtime, but
Mhm.
they ended up closing it out with 6 seconds left.
Yeah,
to
so
end
straight up.
3-2.
Yeah, straight up, we choked. Those guys are really good paintball players. I'm trying to remember really big points in that match. I remember going down the Doritos, and they played that side super slow, and the Snake side was just wild that match.
Mhm.
People were just fucking running other people down. People were just going to our side, going to their side. It was just wild.
Just clown
They-
fiesta a
they
little
were-
bit.
Yeah, they were just pumping that snake with players.
Yeah, and I thought that I would say that's probably the reason why they won is because they would just pump. They would hold the Dorito side and just pump the Snake, and that's for sure, without a doubt, the way how I would say you win this field. And man,
Yeah. I
Ah,
mean, thinking about it from the pro perspective, I say I would like teams were definitely winning more so from the Snake side, but I also feel like that's where we saw it stale as well. Like
Yes,
it
for
really
sure.
seemed like if you weren't in the key positions, then your job was just to like prevent defense. And it was just like, don't let them get up there then. And then
Yep, it was roll off.
essentially it was like,
shoot.
yeah. And then one guy would make it, maybe, you know, get a body or two. And then everything's kind of just chaotic at that point.
Yeah, when you have them bottlenecked in the back and like the back centers and the middle bunkers, that is hard to break out when they're in that 50 snake, just wrapping it, and there's just
Oh yeah, dude.
fortress.
The amount of pro back center players I saw just get destroyed by that center 50 wrap because like they think they're safe, and then no, like your pod's hanging out, you're holding the other lane, or you're just looking at it gunned down. Like snake guy just comes out, couple shots, and you're done.
Yeah, you can, because definitely the fast guys, they would get in the snake and crawl across the gaps to where you just couldn't see them, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you're not seeing them get in the entry of the snake diving in, you are
You're
not
gone.
seeing them.
Yeah.
You are not seeing them. And I remember there was a one shot
Pretty much.
that I would do a lot where you'd go to that like little Dorito on the, I guess it was a big Dorito. The front
first big
Dorito.
Dorito.
Yeah, the first big Dorito. You would shoot right over the snake beam, and it would like land right in that crawl space of him going into the brick. Man, that shot was pretty nasty. Not even gonna lie. I got a couple people, even in our match against A team, they had a really small guy that
So
still was
hard to
able to hit
see
some
him.
shots. He was really
Yeah.
hard to see.
Well, and it's funny. So you're talking about the bounce shots that like they were kind of good for you guys, but like, holy shit, the amount of media guys I talked to over the weekend that,
You would get destroyed.
dude, you just be sitting on the snake, no one around you, nothing going on, and all of a sudden you're just in someone's lane, but you can't even see them because it's like off a bounce or some shit, or they're blind shooting. There was so many moments where like, all right, I have a cool shot, and some ball just hit my lens out of nowhere. Okay, like,
Yeah,
I saw Sam.
Seeing it from or hearing it from the your point of view as the media side. On the semi-pro field, we don't have that much media, but the refs, the amount of refs I was shooting in the snake, like I'm just peppering. They're in the snake. I can't see the player in the snake.
Yeah, it's fire
shooting
call at
everywhere.
that point.
And
It's just fucking
I'm hitting refs as I'm like going back and forth, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, I'm sorry.
You're just fucking machine gunning.
Yeah,
Look, I'll say this. You know it's bad when there was a couple times pro players were like ghosted this weekend, where it's like they don't know if there's a guy there or not, so they just hold the lane. Like there's no one there. Like that's what I mean. I said that really weird. Where like divisional things, the thing what sucks with filming divisionals is they never know where players are. So it's like you're never safe. Like they could have killed your whole side, but then a lane will come out of nowhere. With the pros, you usually don't have to worry about that. This layout was not one of those layouts. Like, even though they think they would kill the guy out of the snake, they're like, there still might be another one. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry.
It's like, someone has to have eyes on it, or else we're just gonna get fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Someone will eventually sneak in there.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it was funny. There was a couple times this weekend I'm like, God damn it, come on, guys, you're better than this.
What a wild weekend, man. I think Brando, I remember you were talking about, speaking of media guys on the sidelines, Brando was like, yo, I watched the guy get into the snake because I was watching a media guy just panning towards him, you know, nice and slow like.
Yeah, it was our third game against Crisis. I get up in the snake and I could see the 50 the snake 50 ref looking. They look at me, then look at him, then look at me, and then the photographer was right next to him, and she'd go to me and she'd go to him, and she followed him up to the brick on the 50. I'm like,
I think
he's
he
here.
just moved
He's
up.
here.
Yeah. Like,
he's here. Yeah.
Those
like,
moments always
Jesus.
kill me when you just see people like, because if it's a quick move, then it's like, oh, well, maybe they like are trying to go to me or something. But when it's the slow, like, I'm obviously following someone crawling right now, it's like, man, you're blowing the game.
No. So I saw that, and then this whole weekend I was played a lot in the back center, and I can't really see anyone fill into the snake unless they dive high or go out to the snake corner. So I was paying attention to the ref in the corner, the snake corner. You know, every time they make a move, they throw the sign, you know, to another ref. So every time I saw that, hey, it's a possible snake 1, caution the snake. So just, I don't know, just paying attention to all those little things.
Do you guys have a like just general I mean, don't say it right now. But do you guys have just like a general like somewhere in the snake, like
Yes.
dynasties?
And
I
we
know
had-
there's
and we had
this
to
like
change
red
it.
alert, which is just like somewhere we don't know, but somewhere.
Yeah, we actually just recently had to change it because Brando, if you want to explain that whole fuckery with that miscommunication one point that we got
What?
destroyed.
Okay, so we just walked into
so-
something here.
Yeah, so we'll say
Great
it. We'll
segue,
say it
great
because it's
segue.
it's no longer the
This
call
is
anymore.
inside baseball with the Sacramento DMG semi-pro line.
Yeah.
Yep, semi pro line.
Yeah, I'll say what the call was. So our call's fire. If hey, caution the snake. It's possibly it's hot. We think someone's on the snake. We hit fire.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times the call it's free sounds very similar as well. It's whatever Viper.
I mean, when you're
you know,
yelling, yeah.
Viper, and then Fire's right next to it. Like it sounds so similar. There was one point where one guy's yelling Viper behind me, and another guy's yelling Fire. We're hearing
He had a
both.
better angle. He had a better angle to see it, and could see the guy go in the
Yeah.
snake, but the other guy
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah.
know.
We're hearing it sounds similar. We don't know which one's being called. Paul's in the Dorito tower, asking like, "Hey, is that a Fire or a Viper?" And Cedar says some like combination of
Sounded fiber. You know.
and Paul's like unsure, and then looks right at the snake, and
Gets
sure
fucking
enough, it's
clipping
Fire.
clapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gets shot, and we end up collapsing.
Come on,
that
Paul.
point.
Just caution it
Like-
at that point. If there's that many comms, then
Dude, it's almost at the point where it's like, bro, look at this fucking layout. There's a guy in the fucking snake.
there's a
There's
guy in the snake.
fucking snake. If it's,
I mean,
if it's in the first 30
unless-
seconds and there's not a guy in
that's
the
a
snake,
good point.
dude,
Unless
what the fuck?
unless you haven't seen 2 and/or 3 bodies walk off that side, there is someone in there still.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
like I don't know. I like the snake. The snake eyes. The guy that had eyes on the snake was yelling Viper. So it's like he has the
Who do we
better view of
trust?
the entry. Both of them. That's the thing. I trust both of them. I don't fucking know.
I'm putting you in a
changed
hard place
immediately.
right now. I need you to choose
Dude.
between either whoever was in the snake and Paul.
Oh fuck.
well, Paul didn't even fucking know. Is the two
Yeah,
other
Paul
guys?
didn't know.
All right, so it's
Paul
the other
didn't
guy.
No, it's Marvin Cedar, dead ass. I'll say the names right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Remember,
okay. It was
Cedar,
Marvin Cedar. That's all funny.
Cedar was like fire, because I think he had a better angle from the back center. But Marv is usually like the guy who could probably see the guy going in, crawling. You know.
Like his lane
And,
would kind of have a spot
yep.
for that, yeah.
Yep. And so Marv's yelling Viper, the other guy's yelling Fire. Then all of a sudden he said, "Yo, Viper, Fire, Fiber."
Fiber.
And so at that point, you're just kind of fucked, and we look right into a ball. Just play tight, bro.
Jesus.
Just play tight. That's
Just play tight. Yeah.
all we need.
I feel like just always assume they're everywhere, you know? Just there's
Yeah.
players on every single bunker on the field. So be scared always.
It's almost like a process of elimination, especially when it comes to closing, right? At least for me, when I'm like
Yeah.
wrapping the Doritos, it's like, all right, I'll look at the next closest bunker, the corner. Is there a guy there? Hasn't moved in a while. Can't assume, but you know what? Let me just throw a couple balls, do a little engagement, you know, then come back, right? Do a little nice quick bait. That's what I like to call it, right? Because sometimes when I'm in the other situation where there's a guy kind of farther wrapping up our side of the field, and I hear him shooting, I'm like, oh, hey, yo, shit, better switch and come fuck that guy up.
Yeah.
So if they don't happen, then it's like, okay, now you can kind of move on to the next spot and rinse and repeat until you eventually the game's closed.
Mhm.
Good advice there. I would say with that is just take one gunfight at a time. Like,
Yes, exactly.
I see all these lower divisional kids who are like, all right, we're closing out. I'm gonna now run down the center of the field where 40 different angles can shoot me. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe let's not do that. Like, maybe let's
Yeah.
clear things a little more.
They're like, kill one, send it. It's like,
Send
Jesus
it.
fuck, dude. But man, I did get to end up walking over to the divisionals a little bit and got to see some.
Yeah, you guys experienced the like being cast away from everyone treatment this weekend. Like,
you know,
it's-
I
it's
said
a
that,
far
Random.
walk
I
over
said
there
that shit.
where you're
I
like,
said
oh
that.
god, I gotta get to the divisionals. Oh.
I was like, man, dude, it kind of sucks that we don't get to, I don't get to see all my friends from the divisionals anymore, right? Because our fields are so far away. This freaking sucks. But I got to see Aiden Connor from Brooklyn Cubs. Got to see him. Got to see Nick Horn from Struggle.
Oh yeah,
love that. Fuck.
Speaking of divisional guys, I gotta give a shout out to Robert Lynch. Fucking shout out Robbie.
I love him.
Robbie.
He plays on Step Bros. I think he plays with Tropic Thunder. Plays a couple different teams, but yeah, came through in the clutch for me this weekend. So I appreciate you, bro. Had to give you your shout out here. But yeah, no, he's original, like old school Patreon member. He's been supporter since the beginning. So yeah, appreciate you, man. It was definitely good to see you at the event, like always.
I will never not give that guy a hug. That guy is a freaking god.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, his stash is really good. Dirty, bro. Yeah. I love his stash, man. It's like the opposite of yours. Like yours is like elegant and like obviously you've put a lot of time into it. He's put time into his too, but it's like just I'm a dirt bag. Like I don't know. It looks good.
It looks good. It's solid. It's solid. Better than Logan's. That's for sure.
Oh,
right. So I had
Brandon,
to.
Your mustache is better than Logan's, and like you barely have one.
This is just lip pubes too. Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Where did we go when they were talking about mustaches? Oh yeah, I do remember. Okay, we'll get to that later. There was a sign about mustaches that we saw, Brandon, when we were exploring.
Okay.
I remember.
Something about mustache rides, probably if Hatch was reading about it. Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Dude. So the flight
we could go into it at this point.
sorry. The flight attendant. Obviously, I'm chirping people up on the flight, right? The flight attendant
gotta find those MILFs, Hatch.
What's your what's the design of that mustache? I like your mustache. What do you call
that one? The design? Which designer made it?
Right, like which like skin I was using, bro. Like what, on my avatar,
which skin,
like I could pick,
Bro, is that a Reaver stash or?
Yeah. Sentinels of Light stash.
Oh, sick! So it spins. That's dope.
Yeah, spinny stash, right? And she's like, "What do you call that one?" And I said, "The womb broom." And dude, she was like, she loved that shit, dude. She loved that.
What was that face? Can you give us that again, please?
No, thank you.
Okay, well I'm gonna have to just clip it now.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, that flight attendant loved that shit.
Oh yeah. Well, hell yeah, man. All right, so Hatch was getting game on the road. Gotta always love that. What can he say? Yeah, I mean, I guess, hey, let's go into Pro Talk a little bit, because
I'd love to.
The finals were fucking awesome. That was probably one of my favorite games to film in, a while. Elephant in the room, fucking Jacob Edwards is a bad man. I don't want to have to gunfight that man.
That guy's got a bounty on his head for sure.
And I think the biggest difference in going out there, everyone's kind of talked about it online, and you've seen the clip Verbal posted where he's like, he's got it. In person, the amount of confidence that was just like exuding from Jacob, he knew he won that game. Like that match was over when he was at the box. And I hate to say it, like Tom looked scared, man. Like if you look at his body language on this box, his shoulders are hunched over. He like, you can just tell a lot is on his mind. Whereas like Jacob's just like, all right, let's play paintball. Like you're about to get fucked, kid. And then he went and got it. I think from just, that standpoint, it kind of seemed like it's Jacob's to lose, when it started. I think Tom was an interesting pick. I think it's also one of those things that it's like whoever loses that is going to be viewed as like they're an interesting pick. So it's like, it kind of, he was the guy they believed in. Sadly, he didn't get it done, but like I don't think anyone on X Factor blames him for that. Like that's what happens. It's 1v1 for all the marbles. Like someone's gonna win, someone's gonna lose, and
I was surprised that they put out Tom Guest. I honestly thought it was gonna be Meter, because dude,
Meter's nasty.
That guy just smells like clutch.
Verbal brought up a good ass point in the Spick and Span chat today. Cody Markowski or Cody McKinsky.
That was what I was just literally gonna say next.
Yeah. Literally
that guy's fucking
the
nasty
ultimate shootout champion, like the guy who won the 1v1 league that HK put on during COVID. So like,
yeah,
I think the options were there. I also think another kind of, inside news thing that I've heard, so I don't fully know how true it is, but Kyle Spica was talking on the show that apparently Ryan, in his explanations of why he chose Tom, he kind of was looking for Tom to like almost wait out that minute. Like he kind of was like trying to reserve a Cody or a Meter for just in case that went to the full time. Because if it goes to time, if it stalemates out at a minute, then another group of guys goes out there. So it was almost like his playbook was like, I'm putting in my, maybe my second or third best guy by the numbers, but if he can just survive, then we can get our, best guy versus maybe their second or third guy. So
damn.
Ryan was trying to do a little coaching strategy there, which I see, but, and this is one of the things I brought up in that show too, is like, if we're playing sudden death one-on-ones, you can't really do that.
That's
like,
a
you don't
gamble
have
like a
the
motherfucker.
opportunity.
That is
so
a
it's
gamble.
I think, I get, okay, so I get why the overtime structure is just a single 1v1, because let's say 12 games in the prelims go to overtime and then 4 of them stalemate out, and then they have to play 4 best of 5 1v1s. That is so much extra time in a day that like delays the schedule, and it really would not be a good thing. However,
best of 3?
I do think for the finals, having a best of 5 is almost necessary, because essentially you put that whole tournament, 72 hours worth of work, all the weeks ahead before to get ready, all the money going into it, you put it down to about 400 paintballs, like, like 2 pods for 2 dudes, like, and that's for everything. And that's hype, don't get me wrong, it's fucking exciting, there's some dope ass storylines there, but I do think it would be cool if maybe we were able to have like a best of 5 situation where it's like, all right, you have to go and win 3, and if you win 3, your team's obviously better, you guys win, but gotta figure it out, because I think that's where the hype comes from, like hockey and penalty shootouts for like soccer, because it's like, even if your guy misses that first shot, it's not over yet.
You have other chances.
Yeah, like the other 4 guys may just get hot, and then your goalie saves 1, extra goal, and now you guys win. So, yeah, I think that was my only takeaway from it. Was I wish that maybe in the future we can look at that rule and do something where like Sunday matches are a best of 5 if it does get down to that situation, instead of being just a sudden death match.
Yeah, maybe Sunday should be best of 5.
Yeah, and because I do get the schedule argument, I understand that, but I think Sunday, obviously, when we're trying to figure out who is the most premier team at this tournament, we should give it the opportunity to like mature a little more, if that makes sense, for the game to kind of show like, all right, they did it 3 times or something like that.
Marinate it, make it.
Yeah, get some more flavor in there,
Yeah,
get it nice and tender, nice and juicy.
Quality over quantity.
Quality steak. But yeah, the other thing that was dope from that, and I mean, you guys aren't going to see this for like 2 years, but eventually when the documentary comes out, we have some great angles of that 1v1. I know Alex was in the pits covering Jason. I was on the D side, so when Jacob decided to go to the D side, that was fucking perfect. So I have his whole reaction after he hits the shot and everything. We also had Patrick and Miko out there on the corners, so they probably have all the, like, you could probably see Tom get hit and that. So yeah, that edit is going to be awesome, but that's what happens when you have 6 cameras at an event.
You said Alex Frazier was covering Jason?
Yeah, so fun fact, Alex Frazier did not dress up this whole entire event.
Oh,
He sat, and well, he didn't even sit. He wasn't rostered for this event. They had to take him off because Oliver came in to be rostered, and that would be more than the limit that they were allowed. However, Alex does also, he's working on his documentary, and thankfully he let me be a part of it. But yeah, so it's he's kind of focusing on that a little bit more.
That's sick, dude.
But yeah, and it is funny because he was talking about it throughout the week. Like, for him, it's really easy when guys are like in emotional states, or it's like, we just lost a close game, I'm pissed off, something bad happened. It's a lot easier for him to walk up to the guys and put a camera in his face and kind of ask them questions. Whereas like if I do that, they'd be like, fuck out of here. Like if I go up to Mouse when he's pissed and I ask him a question, that's not going to end well. If Alex does it, the worst case scenario might just be like, Alex, get the fuck out of here. Like, like it's not going to be like a whole thing.
Yeah, I was just, that really confused me because I remember seeing him at the event, and all right, yeah, just hearing that he was with the other, I thought he was with the other team in the other team's pits. How does that work? All right.
Well, they weren't playing them anymore at this point. Dynasty was kicked out, so that happens too at times.
That's
like
right.
You've seen, like, I don't know, pros will hang out in the pits every now and then, like if they have a boy who's playing in or something.
For some reason,
I'll hang out in the pro pits.
Yeah.
Hatch, you're not a pro though.
I somehow get in there.
You get in there because you're I don't know how to say this. You're a hard worker. There we go. You work
There
in
we
someone's
go.
pits.
There we go.
Yeah.
What can I
You
say?
don't have to wipe people down.
Yep.
Wipe people down.
Damn
And then, well,
straight.
and I finally have been able to see Papa Gudin's contraption. Man can load some pods. Goddamn.
Yeah, dude.
We're talking
Yeah,
about Axel Gudin's father here.
Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah, it's Oliver as
Guy's
well.
Real
a fucking
Oliver.
unit. The guy's a fucking unit. Take it away, Brando.
Yeah, so as everyone knows, we have to help Impact Pit, but since they've had Axel, we haven't really had to fill pods. It's all Oliver. His contraption just pumping pods out.
The guy's a god.
And, yes,
God.
he's a machine. And come
He
Friday,
fucks.
he
Yeah.
he so come Friday, Impact has the very first game, so we have to be there early, help him set up, and he's there filling pods, and Hatch goes up to him and he asked him, he's like, "Hey Oliver, what's the chances of you staying and helping us pit, because in the whole DMG camp, we're the only team there." So, and the only we have one pit person. It was Michelle that came with us, and that was it.
Michelle.
Yeah. So that was our
Well,
whole pit crew.
And I think that's a good thing to point out too, because honestly, you guys are disadvantaged in that fact.
Without
The
a
amount of
fucking
time
doubt.
and energy that players on the Sacramento DMG semi-pro line have to spend on like doing pit shit is kind of stupid. But at the same time, it's because like, I mean, who's gonna be there to help you guys? Like, you know, one of the things that stood out to me, Damien was talking about his experience playing with the newbies this weekend, and like he was talking like playing against PV Fit. It's like you get to your pit and you got the like, you know, couple people there to help, like the couple girlfriends, maybe, you know, a couple guys from a divisional team or something. And Fitz is like a professional pit, like, you know, because they did it when they were AC Dallas and they're, you know, kind of used to that. And I don't know, it's definitely an advantage to have just such a calm and clear atmosphere to where it's like,
You don't have to worry about anything.
you don't have to worry
You
about
walk
your
in.
gun not getting filled with air. You don't have to worry
Walk
about
in, a
not having
machine
paint.
takes your gun, fills it up. Walk in, wipe me down. T-pose, wipe me down. And then
You
you
don't have
just
to ask for
then you're just getting
anything.
fucking say,
What? Someone's
give
handing
me
you a
8
water.
tabs down. I need 8 tabs down. And then you
down.
fucking load it up, dude. Then they go, your sword, and they hand me my fucking
Your
gun.
sword.
And I'm like, all right, let's go.
And then you put the Master Chief visor back on and you go back out
Fuck
there.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
But instead,
Master
your
Chief
guys'
was strong this
pits
weekend.
were literally Oliver and Michelle. And like,
Well, and Luna came and
oh,
helped.
I will
Yeah,
say,
from
shout
World War
out David
Paint.
Luna, World War Paint, David Luna. Can't
Yeah,
forget him.
yeah.
That guy literally, I mean, the guy's a businessman. He's there on business and he's taking time to literally come and help us. Like, dude, I could not thank him enough for what he was helping us when we only had, because, you know, I think the very first match, correct me if I'm wrong, Brando, we didn't have Oliver the very, very first match.
No. So this is the thing. All right. So Hatch asked Oliver, Impact's first game, 8:00 in the morning on Friday. Hey Oliver, can you help? Do you mind helping us maybe if you have the time?
Shooting my shot.
And yeah, and he asked when's the games, and we're like, 3:15 and 5:00 later today. And he goes, we'll
Literally
see, or
the
whatever.
exact opposite end of the schedule.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And Impact plays and they leave and everyone leaves from Impact and we're hanging out, and then we get ready. We go to the Hormesis field on the divisional side, and we're shuffling all this paint, and we just start to pot up, and Hatch like looks up and he goes, "Oliver, that's the real Oliver." And he like arms up and he runs over and like, did you give him a hug? I don't even know. Like we turn around and just God himself is walking with his contraption with a smile, with a smile through
this wee
the
little
divisional
Frenchman
pits.
is coming to save the day.
Dude,
yeah.
One thing I will say about Oliver, this guy, dude, we've built like a legitimate, like almost like a bond with this man. I shit you not. And this guy, he doesn't need to give a fuck about us. He's there for Impact, the team that his son's playing on. Right?
Yeah.
But he's coming up, and then after we lose a match, he's like, all right, everybody go up, right? And we all surrounding him, and it's like fucking dead ass quiet, right? Honestly, it felt like I went to a different dimension. It was so quiet. It felt like people stopped.
You hit
right?
the DMT pen real quick and just like lights turned off. It was weird.
Right? Brando, correct me if I'm wrong, dude. It was like everything was so quiet. It felt like everything was so quiet around us when he was like
Just
talking to us.
our whole
Right?
focus went straight to him.
Yep.
Brandon, I really
we-
would have loved there if you were like, nah, you were the only one who felt that hatch.
Nah,
Just like,
dude,
nah.
Like, as funny as that would be, like, we can't stress enough just how him doing that, bringing us aside, we all took a knee while he's standing there, and he starts his little speech or whatever off with English not so good.
Yeah,
Not so good.
Those are the best speeches. Greatness is gonna follow.
Not so good, so bear with me. And they just fucking went in and basically choppily said like basically our mistakes, right?
Mhm.
And man, that shit fucking woke us up for sure. Cause that guy, he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that. That guy is genuinely hyping us up.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also the difference in American paintball and European paintball, to be fully honest. Because I think I've seen it and I've heard it a lot from like media guys who've gone over to European events and stuff like that. I think there's just a different culture there where it is competitive, but it's not so much as like ultra competitive. Like in the States, like even semi-pro guys, like you guys can say it's fucking, everyone wants to win. It's fucking like, it's not,
hate
you're
you.
not here
Doggy
for
dog.
fun anymore.
I hate
Like,
you.
Fun has left the building at D4, like, that type of stuff.
Valid.
Whereas I feel like in the European community, yes, it's still very competitive. They want to win, but it's a little bit more of like, hey, we all do this really weird thing that a lot of people think is weird. So like, you're still my brother. Like, yeah, okay, you need help in your pits. All right, I'll help you out. Like, we're no longer fighting, or we're no longer in the tournament. And I could be completely wrong, but that's just kind of the vibe I've gotten from some things I've heard.
Yeah.
That would be nice,
That would be nice.
If so, I mean, if it is, then it shows how Oliver, treated
That's
us.
an example.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely, and yeah, he did that after every game of ours. And
I think the good thing to point out here is like, this is not your guys' coach. This is not your guys' father. This is not a guy who's at the field every weekend with you guys. This is just someone who you guys help pit for him all the time. You
Shoot the shit.
help him out. Yeah, you kind of grew a relationship with him, and he wants to help see you guys like succeed and like get better. And I don't know. I think that's dope. I do love your guys' relationship with Oliver. When I saw him in your guys' pits, I was like, that's kind of cool. Like,
Right? And there was one match where I was like, I was hyping us up right before we play, and I'm like giving like a before game speech and shit, and then I started talking just like Oliver, right? I'm like, all right, guys, win on three, 1, 2, 3, win, right? And it was just fucking funny.
hell yeah.
That's the way he says it, because Philadelphia last year when he helped us out for the first time, he was like, I was like, Oliver, is there anything I can do for you, man? Is there anything like you want some water or anything? And he goes, just win, and then gives
Just
me a
win.
fat ass fist bump, right?
I think you've said that on the show before, but yeah, that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
quotes. Just win.
just win.
that's all he wants out of us. That's all
Yeah.
he wants.
And
Well,
so
and then,
we got pretty
didn't-
hyped.
correct me if I'm wrong, Hash, and I think you've told this on the story before or the pod before, so you don't have to go back into it. But didn't you also have like a meeting with Axel in like some random airport? Like you guys both
I
just
did,
like
yes.
ran into
I
each
did,
other and
yes.
started talking paintball?
Yeah. So you're being very generous, Ryan. I was fanboying like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
I was
You
like-
didn't say
I
that when
was
you
like-
originally told the story.
I was like, holy, what in the fucking Eiffel Tower? Is that Axel Godin smoking a cigarette in there? I might as well join him, right? So then we started shooting the fucking shit in there, and
yeah, so that's
That's
funny.
how I
So
met
you've
Axel.
kind of always had a relationship with the Goudin family.
motherfucker probably doesn't even know me besides Pit Guy.
That's hella funny though, dude. Small world, but like that's what I mean. Like, how that, kind of
Mm.
works back on itself. Now his dad helps you guys out, and yeah, it's a great happy paintball story. They don't
Straight
happen
up.
very often.
And when we beat Carolina Crisis, right? Because we were like, all right, Oliver, we were trying our fucking hardest to win for Oliver, right? And then we get that win against Carolina Crisis, that mercy win, and Chim, our coach, is like, I told you, Oliver, I told you we'd get one. And so it was just, Oliver was just like had a big old smile on his face, like fist bumping everybody, right? Because obviously for us as a team that's taking leaps and bounds above like the average team, right? We jumped 2 divisions, right? A lot of people don't understand that, and it's not like we got fucking smacked around. It's like we went 3-2 with Padres, we lost. lost in overtime against A team of that both those teams, Padres and A team, those guys have been seasoned pros or semi-pros for a while, right? Those guys have
And
been playing semi-pro for a while.
I hate to be this guy, but you guys kind of threw away that A-team game.
I completely agree. I completely agree. You know, I'll say it right now. What ended up happening, I got sat in fucking overtime, and we basically ran 2 to the fucking snake. Ridiculous. I know it's
no
the
one
play
was
call,
making the snake
right?
that fat off the break.
Right? And I'm just like, holy fuck, dude. Like,
yeah. So in my preference for that is like, that was one of the few games that I actually like witnessed, and sitting there, I was like, come on, guys. Like, you guys are up right now. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And I'm just like, holy fuck. And it was a straight grind of a match. Those guys are really, really good. Right?
Yeah.
And
well, and just like you said, I mean, they've been playing in semi-pro. A-team's been in organization semi-pro, I want to say, since like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Right. So those guys know how, and those guys have made Sunday multiple times. Right.
Yeah.
They're a top 10 team in the semi-pro division.
You know, sure, I can take it like, oh fuck, man, we fucking lost, and be angry. But I mean, it's the little things.
Yeah.
Now,
And
first it was just get a win, and now we got a mercy rule win, right? And a huge gauge for us is playing against the Killers. Those guys are fucking great paintball players. We got skunked. We got straight up fucking skunked when we played them in Florida, right? And now we had a pretty close game, right? Obviously, the score started run off near the end, right? Because we were down. We kind of had to start running at them. But they went up 3, and we came back and brought it 2-3. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think everything you're saying is right. I think the Killers was a good kind of like check-in for you guys, as like where you were to where you are now. The Killers are a weird kind of team in semi-pro, because they're one of those teams that they can be fucking killers. Like, they can win an event. They really can. But at the same time, it's like sometimes they just can't put it all together. And so I think, you know, you guys going out there and still having like a good performance and being like, hey, we're kind of in your guys' ballpark here. Like, yeah, we may not beat you today, but you're not running away with it like you did a couple events ago. I think that is like a good check-in.
The second you sleep on us, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I
think that's any team in semi-pro, to be fully honest, though.
Valid.
I think we certainly definitely earned some respect this past weekend. I mean, like, shaking hands, you could see it in their face. You're like, all right, yeah, that was close. Yeah.
No, 100%. Because I guarantee you,
team started to look nervous. For sure.
I guarantee you, Killers, A-Team, Padres, they circled you guys on their schedule. It's like, all right, that's the easy one. We're going to get through that one, and then we'll go figure out how we're going to beat the rest of these guys.
Which that's the way they could have looked at, for sure.
And then you guys were, you know, a little harder to beat, and that definitely, threw some red flags in teams' game plans, which, you know, and that's obviously a little thing to take away, but I think that is a legitimate victory. I think it is, because one thing I think, you know, that's been very apparent with this group of guys moving up, you guys are just unexperienced, you know, you don't have a level of high-ass divisional paintball that these guys have been playing for years and years, or, you know, some have been playing it for decades at this point. There are guys who played semi-pro for decades, and it's, you know, I think it is a good progression for you guys. I think, you know, one of the scary things with you guys moving up to semi-pro this year was kind of reinventing the DMG wheel of getting to a point where you guys are, you know, maybe good enough to be there, but it just never kind of comes to fruition. And then it kind of starts that cycle of like, you know, we lose a guy, people get frustrated, and then it just kind of like keeps growing and you're, you know, repeating on itself. And I think this event, even though you guys went 1-3, it wasn't the 1-3 that most people would think, if that makes sense.
And the thing is, the guys we have now, all of us are worth the growing pains, right? If that makes any sense, right? Every single point and every single match that we play is getting us more and more and more experience. And it's showing in our matches. It's not like we're going out, running to the corner, and like just getting fucking smoked, right? There are some people who get wrecked in semi-pro. There's some people that get wrecked in D4, but, you know, sometimes you just have one of those tournaments that you just get wrecked in. You know, relatable.
Of course.
That was last tournament for us. So, you know, 1-3 is the small victories. L for learning, straight up, right? L for learning. I remember I said that at after the last match. You know, L for learning. We played the Killers. They fucking dookied on us, and we take it with a grain of salt. Those guys are straight up fucking great paintball players.
Yeah. And I think a good way to look at it too is like the progression of, you know, I'm going to use air quotes here. So if you guys aren't watching the video, don't get this wrong, but of the like weaker members of DMG, you know, let's say Caden, Micah, guys who they've just played less paintball, you know, they haven't had as many years. They've been in the lower divisionals longer, but those guys, you can see even on the weekend practices, how much, you know, throw Logan into that mix, how much they're kind of stepping up into your guys' level and really kind of like in 6 months, their game's getting a lot better. And it's crazy.
Look at the footage.
Yeah.
The guys,
look at how Caden holds his gun.
Yep. Dude, bro, the fucking commentator is like, Spencer number 29, guy's moving really fluid. Because he was. Caden was straight up killing it. And there was one shot against Carolina Crisis where holy fuck, Caden scalped the guy. Straight up blew his wig off in like a single second. Saw him do like an itty bitty crack, goes right around, wraps the 50 snake, and one balls the guy. It was disgusting. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of nasty one balls down the wire on the Doritos.
Fuck yeah. So, but now that we've blown Caden, now I have to be mean to Caden because he kind of fucked me over, and I really was pissed at him for a couple minutes on Monday morning. Southwest flight, you gotta check in. So I set my timer the day before, 5:24 in the morning. Got up, checked in, 8:20. Hell yeah, that's what I do. I'm a Southwest pro. Board the flight early, get my favorite seat on the plane. You have all the nice first the Southwest first class seat, you know, where you've got the extra leg room because the exit row seat's taken out. Getting that, hell yeah. It's not going to be a full flight. That's what they keep telling us. Fuck yeah, I'm going to have an empty middle seat next to me. I'm going to have space. I'm going to get sleep. This is going to be sick. C group sporting. One of the last motherfuckers on the plane is Caden Spencer. He locks eyes with me. Instantly comes for that seat next to me. And I was legitimately mad for a couple minutes because I was like, bro, I'm just going to sleep this plane. All you've done is gotten rid of my space. Like, if you wanted to hang out, we could hang out more in Midway where we're going. So I definitely was mad at him for a second. At the same time, I'm not mad now.
I would have done the same shit.
No, yeah, I'm not pissed now. Like, it's kind of a funny situation. I wasn't really that upset. But in the moment when I woke up at 2 a.m. to get to the airport on time so I could make this flight, I was like, motherfucker, like you have stolen my space. You shall die. But yeah, so I wanted to tell that story. So I'm not upset at you, Caden. I'm sorry. I did overreact a little bit, but at the same time I was tired. So don't come for me.
That's fucking funny. Poor guy. The guy's definitely
just laid your head on him.
The guy's filling up some big shoes though. As a teammate and a player on DMG, you know.
Fuck yeah. I always think when I came back to start Rebirth, that was a little D4 boy. You know? And fuck, he's playing semi-pro now. Like that's not that much time to be making that big of a divisional kind of level up.
And one thing that really stood out to me this weekend is our first match against the Padres, right? So Marv, right? The only guy that has any any pro experience on our team, right? The guy, dude, fuck, gets benched. He gets shot off the break like 3 times in a fucking row, right, against the Padres. And the first 2 points, right, we win, right? It was really nice hearing him saying how he has a lot of confidence in us because even though we lost him, the most experienced player on the team, we still came out swinging and were able to win the points, even without him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think most teams when they scout you guys.
Right counter, bro. I've said it way too much. Fuck.
Michael's gonna have a field day with this one, but no, I was gonna say like I think when most teams scout you guys, they look at Marv probably the most out of any of you guys because they probably just assume that he's gonna be starting every point. He's the pro. He's the guy who has been here the longest. And sometimes like you said, it's just not your day of paintball, and you just get shot on the break a whole bunch, and you just can't get there. So you gotta let someone else do it. And it is kind of cool to see that he took that step back, with some graciousness, I want to say.
It was nice saying how he has confidence in us. And the guy had Tim Brusselback as a teammate at one point, right?
Tim Brusselback, Shane Howe, Thomas Kim, right. Josh Halberg. Like, dude, that team was so fucking good.
Great players, right?
Yeah.
Great players, right? And the fact that he's
shout out Andrew Wyatt too. I didn't forget you, buddy, if you ever hear this.
And the fact that he has confidence in us. Yeah, man, that's I wouldn't say ego booster, but it definitely makes you feel good.
Of course. As it should. I think it's one of those things like whenever you have someone you respect in life and they kind of give you that pat on the back or that little word of encouragement, it's like, Okay. Like that feels good. Like, all right. I'm proud of myself now too, because I did something good.
We're all equals on the team. And it helps when everybody has that mindset. It makes it easier to talk to everybody, as an individual person. Brando knows when I get pissed off how to calm me down, like we've said 1,000 times. And it's just body language with everybody. Marv, being the newest member of our squad, we had to learn how to calm him down, right? The guy gets definitely heated sometimes.
Yeah.
So, we hit him with the, hey, bro, same team, relax.
I think
we get him back to reality.
Yeah. One of the quotes I heard that I think was the most impactful, and I think, I heard you say it, Hatch, but it was yours, like, you would hate me if I just said what you just said to me. Like, you would be so upset with me. So, like, why are you saying that to me? And I think that's a very powerful way to be like, oh,
coming from me, of all people.
Well, I know, but also like in life in general, I feel like that's a really good way to diffuse a situation, because it's like that kind of makes you think like, oh shit, oh he's kind of right, fuck, like damn.
Yeah, I could have hit him with the fuck you, buddy. That's not cool. Yeah. But I said, mustered up my big boy pants and said, stop bullying me, buddy. I don't want to be treated that way. And that's just how it ended up going.
Pushed your glasses up.
I think that once he heard that, he's like, damn, that was a great way of going. And I think that was the difference between our squad and the old DMG squad, is I don't think anybody really said it like that.
Well, I think it was just like a fuck you, and then it was just
countered with a fuck you.
Yeah, I think there was just there was frustrations about so much that I think it naturally just played out against each other as teammates, because that's the guy who's there with you. Like, you're not even necessarily mad at him, you're just mad, but he's the guy who's standing there, so he's the one who gets it, like that type of situation.
That's your boy that you're gonna have to go out the next point with.
Yeah.
You don't want to be.
You need to trust him to hold his lane or do his job or go stab a guy or whatever it is.
Do I want this guy really mad at me when he's watching my back?
Yeah, because then that's when you put. Who was it back in the day? We had that episode. It's like, what? I think it was actually our first episode. It's like, why would you shoot your teammate? And it's like one of those type of moments.
Why would you shoot your teammate, Hatch?
I shoot my teammates a bunch, but that's a practice.
Did you blow someone's head off, Hatch?
Not this tournament.
So? Oh, okay. Tournament. No. Oh, I was talking about blowing something. Like when you hit someone in the back of the head. That's what I refer to that as. Because that's the worst pain. Yeah, you still have a.
It is, Hatch. It is the worst pain, Hatch.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you guys want to talk about it? Do we want to counsel through this?
Nah, it's been a year.
Brandon, how did that make you feel when he shot you in the back of the head?
I mean, as long as he closed it out, it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing I kind of want to flex. It's not really a flex, but Cedar, for some reason, Cedar thought it was the biggest fucking flex ever. He's like, Hatch, you didn't get a single overshooting penalty, bro. This is huge.
You didn't,
like, bro. What the fuck, dude?
It is huge because you're the only one who thinks you don't overshoot. It's literally just you.
Even the Texas tournament, it was outrageous, the fact that I got an overshooting penalty for like 2 balls. That was ridiculous. But now
people know the mullet man, Hatch.
The balaclava can't hide shit, bro. It's upsetting. Shout out to Brando. Did you see what he looked like in the balaclava? A guy looked like a silent fucking assassin in his balaclava.
Braden? Yeah, dude, Brandon looks good in his
swagged, bro.
Hatch. I would say you look pretty decent in yours. Like, it's not too goofy looking. Cedar looks like a goddamn Templar knight, man. Like, I don't know.
That's why we call it the Cedar Clava.
It literally looks like the chainmail shit they used to wear. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. Oh,
looks good. He's ready for battle.
So that's what I meant. Yours isn't that goofy, Hatch. Like, you're fine.
Hell yeah. Feels good. If you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You know the rules. Yeah.
Well, speaking of looking good, feeling good, all that shit. We're gonna talk about our sponsors now, because it's about an hour long into this, and I want to do that, and then we can get back into a lot of other stuff, because there is still a lot that happened at this event that we have not got into yet. But NECTR Energy, we're gonna talk about them first, and I'm holding it upside down. But I mentioned them to begin the show with, but NECTR, nectar.energy/MafiaProductions. That's the website you can head over to, learn a little bit more about this product if you're curious. But it is a Let me grab one out. It is a little energy pouch. If one actually wants to come out, there we go. It's kind of similar to what you would, see like a Zyn in, some type of tobacco product, something like that. But the main difference is these pouches contain no nicotine, no tobacco, no products of that vein. The main thing in it is caffeine as well as neurotropics. The main neurotropic I want to say is cognizine, Sideline. You got me with that one. Love is an ingredient, but it's not the main ingredient, unfortunately. It's just it's in there though. They do put it in with love. They've got 2 great flavors right now: iced mango and then their fresh mint. Put that one the right way up. But yeah, I love the flavors. They keep us like definitely energized. I think the main thing I like about these is they're not just like super heavy caffeine. So the neurotropics help you kind of like feel like your brain is working better, even though you're not that like jittery oh, I have energy. Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah, it's not like a pre-workout where you're just getting, stimmed over here. So it's nice
driving energy at least for me. It's the perfect driving energy.
Well, it's a nice little boost. It gives you a nice kind of like flavor in your mouth. That's one thing I like about it. There are other similar caffeine type products out there that are like pouches, but I know they're used from coffee. So you'll get like kind of a coffee breath from them, which no one really wants. Your girl doesn't want to kiss you if you smell like that. Just going to give you honest, straightforward advice. But yeah, so these kind of have a fruit flavor to them. They're a little bit different of like a formulation, so you usually don't have that bad breath smell. If you do, it's on you. It's not on the product. And yeah, I love them. I used them out at the field. Yeah, they're great. I don't know what more to say about them. You got to try them out for yourself to see what we are talking about. So head over to NECTR.energy. One more time, that was NECTR.energy/MafiaProductions. Mafia Productions is all one word. And yeah, check out the buy 2, get 1 free code. Brandon just left the show, so that's fun. But I'm going to keep going with the ad reads, and we'll figure it out after this. So Liquid IV, they're up next. We got them over here. There he is. He's back. He'll figure all that out. But yeah, Liquid IV, great little hydration product. As we said, we used it out in Philly when it was hot and humid. Kept us
Lifesaver.
Ready to go. Got my favorite flavor here, Mr. Lemon Lime in the box. But yeah, they also got all their other great flavors. Behind me, I've got watermelon, strawberry, strawberry lemonade, another lemon lime. They've also got, I know, flavors like passion fruit, pina colada. The big thing, they did just release a sugar-free flavor. So like I said at the beginning of the show, for people who, need that for either dietary reasons or other things, yeah, you can go check that out now on their website, liquidiv.com. On the like science part of this, it's got like 3 times the electrolytes of most of the like sports drinks that you'll find out there. It's got a whole bunch of vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and then vitamin C as well. Got through the list. And yeah, so great product. I enjoy it, kind of like the other one. I don't have much more to say, but you should definitely go check it out and pick some up because it makes us look good, helps support the show, and you also get a dope ass hydration product for it. So you're never gonna be dehydrated at the field again. So if you go over to liquidiv.com and use promo code Mafia_Moffitt, you're gonna get 20% off over there as well as free shipping. So one more time, that was liquidiv.com, and then code was Mafia_Moffitt. And that also, it's not a one-time code. So if you've used it out there in the past and you still want to get, restocked up, go for it. It'll
keep
work.
Using it.
Definitely.
Keep using
Just
it.
Save it in your browser.
Over and over again.
All right. Well, we got Brandon back, so at least he made it back for the end of the ad reads.
Whew. I had to run down and grab a new water, though. So we're okay.
So what happened? You just laptop crash or?
I have no idea, honestly. I don't know. It just disconnected me and my camera stopped working.
All right. Well, we're back into it. I'm not going to spend any more time because you're here, so we don't have to stop the show or anything. So that's great.
Am I clear? Am I clear at least?
Oh, slightly. You've been better tonight, but like I can see you at least 100%. Like it's
because I was talking to one of the guys that watches the video, Drew. Nick Horn's buddy, Drew. He came and helped us pit too. He was dogging me about my goddamn camera.
Dude, he was fucking relentless. He was like, "Oh man, sorry for that you guys just lost. Brando, get a better webcam." Fucking fucking
yo, shout out Drew.
And I am like, kid. And I am just like, man, I'm fucking pissed off, but how can I not laugh at that shit? You know, how can you
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
So I thought Drew, funny guy. And, you know, obviously we don't have that much pit crew and anybody helps. Shout out to Drew,
We
man.
love
He
them.
literally came
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I really like Drew. That
Fuck
guy,
yeah.
friendly guy.
I was gonna say another thing I wanted to talk to you at one point in the show, and it kind of fits with this because you know you're on the podcast. So how did it feel for that little stash to be seen on the HK Army page, bro?
You know, it felt
That's a
weird.
dope
I low key got nervous. I was like, man, do they fucking hate me or something? I feel like they never put me in their shit. But you know, it felt good. It felt good. So,
Don't worry, we yeah. Danny got over there, got a dope ass shot of you putting the
I saw one comment. It was like, why is there a bunch of Houston Heat guys and then Hatch? And I was like, it said something like that, and I was like,
that's pretty funny.
Valid comment.
Kids, when you have a podcast out there, it doesn't matter if you're a semi-pro. People will still want to come take photos and videos of you. That includes Mr. Brian Verbal Wolf. So
I got smoked.
Hatch, you got a clip by Verbal.
Yeah.
No one's seen it yet.
Smoked.
It hasn't been released, but I got the inside cut on it for you. And yeah, it didn't go so well, did it?
Nah, I got smoked. It's like I'm like running out to my spot, running and shooting, doing my thing. It's like as soon as I dive through the gap, I get clipped like right on my hip. And
yeah, it didn't go so well.
So
no,
the ref didn't even say shit. The ref just pointed at me.
I just love how yeah, Verb went over there because he was filming PB Fit during that same set, and he's like, "Oh, I'll grab some stuff of Hatch," and that's just the only thing you had for him.
You know, sometimes you just get smoked. It is what it is. Even if the spotlight is on you, sometimes you don't always shine.
Well, and technically, Brando's in that clip too. He's holding down back center in the back.
I'm back there. Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
I noticed him immediately on our field.
You noticed Verb pretty quick. He's got his ready rig.
Yeah.
It stands out.
Yeah, when he's got the fucking Spider-Man rig.
Yep.
Dude, that
Hold
first
ready
point too. I think we were playing the Killers. That very first point, I'm pointing. I'm looking right at Verb. He's on the snake side. I'm shooting the snake 50, and I ended up getting a penalty. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I hope
hope
he
that's
wasn't
not
looking at
clipped.
me.
Yeah, that's all funny. So damn, bad time for him to go over there for both of you guys. It seemed.
It is what it is, you know. But he did capture, you know, some highlights. A highlight of our hardest match for sure. The Killers are a fucking different breed of paintball players, especially right now for sure.
We've gotten it out. We don't want to podcast listeners. They aren't. Yeah, don't want to bring them into the. I don't know, the Hatch rant section. But sometimes Hatch rants can be really good.
Yeah.
We've had some good ones on the show, I'd say.
Like one thing that I'll bring it up because I know Brando's probably thinking about it for sure. There was a time this event where I'm fucking dead of night asleep and Cedar, it's late at night. It's maybe like 1:30 a.m. And it's fucking, I'm dead asleep. And then all of a sudden, I see Cedar like fucking wakes up like a fucking zombie, so straight up, and he goes, "Holy fuck, it's raining!" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Cedar, it's raining?" And he goes, "Dude, call Brando right now and get the keys. The sunroof's open." And I'm like,
"Oh fuck!"
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I call Brando, and Brando's like, "Hello." He doesn't even fucking say that. He goes, "Why
are you calling me?"
Right? And I'm like, Cedar's freaking the fuck out about that it's raining and he needs the keys to the rental car, right? And Cedar is fucking freaking out. He can't find his Crocs, so he jumps into mine. He's tap dancing on him, couldn't get him on correctly.
Jesus.
And he's like running downstairs, walks outside, tries a fucking bone. He walks in and he goes, "Hatch, I think I hallucinated, bro. It was not raining down there." And I was like, "No fucking shit, Cedar. It's not raining." Just out of nowhere, just fucking in the middle of the night, just sat up and started yelling.
Dude, is Cedar okay? Happening? Like, do we need to get him an MRI? Like, check out what's going on?
He was saying, he was like, "Man, you know, I was in that. I think I was in that middle between like my REM where I was like semi-conscious and semi-dreaming, where you know maybe you were in your dream world and it was raining and you hear the rain and you snap back into your normal consciousness and you just sat up and started fucking yelling and I was like, what the fuck is happening?" You scared the shit out of me, dude. And I'm sharing the bed with a guy.
That's hella
So-
funny. Oh god. So okay, I imagined you were somewhere else in the room. So no, he's literally right next to you. Like
right next to me.
it's fucking raining. Ah!
It scared the shit out of me.
So is this
Micah
where we-
didn't even wake up.
that doesn't surprise me.
What are you saying?
I said that doesn't surprise me. But no, this is where we ask Cedar's ex-girlfriend if this is a common occurrence.
Just hallucinations during
I've
sleep.
shared
Yeah.
many beds with the man. Never
It's
happened
not a common-
before.
no,
I'll say,
okay,
I'll
so
say
this
that's a
is-
first.
So okay, now we need to track this. If this starts to develop, something's gone wrong in Cedar's brain, and we need to get our friend help.
Absolutely. So now this is strike one.
Strike one. Yep, two more, and
Strike
he's
one.
going to the loony
Honestly,
bin.
I'll give him a half of one, and then I'll give him half a freak out, and I'll take him to the loony bin.
Freak out. He doesn't even get a full
God
strike.
damn, dude.
Goddamn.
We played the next morning. We had to wake up in a couple fucking hours to help Impact. But oh
sure,
my
man.
god, that was wild.
That would, yeah, definitely be a rough awakening to a day. Well, let me
We had
see.
some wild stuff off the field, dude. We did some wild things off the field.
Yeah, I had like a couple more things to talk about. I don't think we talked about filling up tanks yet. Like officially, it's been talked about a
Oh,
lot,
no.
but so obviously San Diego Dynasty didn't win the event, and one of the reasons for that, not gonna say the reason because there is no the reason, but one of the reasons was well, Ryan Greenspan didn't have air for the overtime point. He had about 3 pods worth of air, and then he was out of air. The story behind that is as they were coming in from the point before, Ryan handed his gun to Oliver to fill it up, put air in, probably load up his hopper, and then give it back to him.
Which all are we talking about?
We're talking about Oliver Lang. That
Oh.
was never done, and so Ryan didn't have air in his gun. And one of, just I'm tiptoeing around this because I don't know exactly how to say it, but he instantly was pissed. And like, I think all of us would be. You're midpoint and you relied on your bro to get you air, and now you don't have air. And yeah, but literally like 2 minutes into overtime, you just hear Ryan start to like, fucking Oliver, motherfucker, what the fuck? How the fuck can you? And you're like, what is going on? Because he's still kind of shooting at this point. Like, it's not dead, but you could tell he was starting to feel the drop off. Like he already knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And then he gets out to the corner, tries to fight a little bit more, and then lets out fucking one of the best quotes that I've ever heard. Fucking, wow, Oliver, you really fucked us this time. And I don't know why that one always stands with me, because it's you have to be so angry to the point where you're like speaking calmly. Like you're not even upset about, like, you're not even yelling motherfucker anymore. I don't know. That one definitely got me going. But yeah, so Dynasty lost that overtime point. And of course, it's not just on that. The other guys on the field weren't able to take advantage of some positions, shit like that. But yeah, so it was interesting. We got to see another team win the event. We talked about that earlier on in the show, but yeah, I don't know. I think that was definitely one of the more interesting things from the event. The other one I had was Mouse almost ground pummeling Colt Roberts, not Colt Lukau, during their prelim game with X Factor. I didn't get the full like context of why Mouse was pissed. I think he thought he got cheated, or like it was a spin or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, something flipped and he almost fucking went, we almost had another paintball jail incident with Mouse. And
Hell yeah.
all of a sudden, as he's getting to him, you just hear Mike from the pits, Mike Henman, just, Mouse, leave it. And just, dude fucking like was just like, all right, it's not worth it. The amount of respect that I think Mouse has for Mike, or trust, or whatever it was, I think that was one of the situations this weekend where we kind of saw it, because he was about to fucking kill Cole, and just like, I'm not gonna go back to paintball jail. Remembered in the last second that I can't do that.
Mouse and Heyman have a very strong relationship. They go back. They go way back.
They're
right?
and original Aftermath days.
Yeah, I honestly almost feel like me and Cedar almost have that relationship now, where it's like, he's like, yo, dude, you need to chill the fuck out, or like hits me with the yo, not now, or the same team kind of metaphor.
Yeah, I think maybe the difference there is it's a little more of like a coach-player relationship, obviously, because you and Cedar are teammates, and you know, we joke about him being Papa Cedar, but you know, you guys are kind of a similar age. But yeah, no. So I think
that one.
He's okay. The point I'm making is he's not 20 years older than you. Like,
He's not
does that
like
make sense?
Definitely older than me. Definitely older
Okay,
than me.
you're completely misunderstanding what I'm
No,
saying.
that's mostly.
But, all right,
no,
that's
you're
fine.
good. That's mostly for him because he's gonna listen to this and be like, "Motherfucker, dude."
Look, bro, he's 31. He ain't fucking 40. All right, like you're making it sound like the motherfucker's 60. Like
31 going on 39.
39. What? Still technically in his 30s. But yes, that's all I was saying there. That was a cool little moment to see, you know, that kind of relationship between Mike and Mouse, and we'll see kind of how that moves on throughout this year. If Mike stays with the team, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to
Why
say
wouldn't
anything.
he?
I have no information if he does it or not, but yeah, I don't know if this was like a test run, if this was a permanent situation. So we'll see what happens.
Why wouldn't he? Because didn't they go 4-0 tournament? I mean, a complete turnaround. From,
Yeah, but that's also like, Brandon, you should know in Pro Paintball, it's not just about how you do. Like, there's a lot more that goes on, and like, I'm not even trying to point to anything because I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things you'll see. You know, if he's there through the end of the year, then he is.
I see exactly what you're saying, Ryan, and that is a very valid question.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, you don't know.
You really don't. I was surprised because I thought A-Rod was on the team, and then Mike Himman jumped on it, and now I'm like, oh, that's why A-Rod ain't there.
What I heard apparently is A-Rod was actually cut like a couple weeks after the last event. Like it was a situation that they kind of, wanted to, you know, figure out, you go a different way. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and talk like I have insider information on it because I don't. But yeah, I just know that they decided to part ways with him.
Nice. Good for AC Diesel. They did way better.
I love your reaction, Hatch. I know you hate A-Rod. I'm going to be honest.
No, it's
not
not that
as
I hate
big
him.
as fan either. I
go fuck.
I think the guy he's just a very free spirit, wants to do things his way. And that doesn't always like,
that doesn't work in a team game.
That does
not work
if
in a
that
team
makes
game.
sense. Yeah. So didn't
It's like-
necessarily surprise me to see that one happen.
Not at all. So,
Hey, what up, Callie?
big
What's it?
stretch.
Damn, bro, that was a big
Hell
stretch.
yeah, she
That was,
chilling.
that was probably the most I've seen her on the podcast.
Yeah, she's chilling, you know. The
Um.
boom arm definitely gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah,
All
for
I
sure,
gotta
man.
say about the whole tank situation. It was
Having
our
good work.
Oliver. The tank would have been full. I'm just saying.
Fucking straight up, dude. Oliver Diff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oliver diff.
one Oliver has been in paintball the whole time, and one Oliver has taken a 10-year break. So, like, when
Yeah, shout out to our Oliver, the real Oliver. God damn, that guy
For
knows
sure.
how to fill a tank for sure.
So one other story I need to tell from the event before we go on to, there's a couple other things outside of the event I wanted to talk about this week, but freaking, did you guys see my story of me water cooling an SSD?
Oh yeah, was that you? I thought it was someone. I thought you. Just
Yeah, that was
reposted
me. No, that was me. So
Oh, wow.
my SSD that I brought to the event, I think it's just one of those that's kind of like the silicon's not as good in it, or the silicon's not as good in it. Because like it overheats all the time. It has issues when it drops big dumps of files and shit like that. But I was dumb and I didn't think about that before the event, and I brought the same SSD. So we're there, and I'm trying to dump footage before the semifinals matches, and it's taken forever, man. Like, and you could feel the drive. It's hot as fuck, and it's just not working. And so I was like trying to see if there was like a fan around, or something where I could like blow air through it, try to cool it down. Obviously nothing there. So my next thought, I looked at the cooler full of ice. I was like, well, ice is cold. And this is a metal enclosed SSD. So I took a piece of ice and I grabbed paper towels and I like covered off the port where like the USB-C goes. And then the other side, which has some like screws on it. So I like covered off all the spots that water could maybe get in. And then I just put the ice on top, and that bitch started melting really quickly. But the drive also started going a lot faster.
Nice.
Freaking
Cool
got
down.
yeah, got through the whole, dump in like 10 minutes where it was saying it was going to take like an hour and a half or something. And yeah, so that works. You can liquid cool SSDs. I'm also happy to report drive survived. It's still working to this day. No
Let's
water
go.
damage. And, is some ingenuity, which, at the paintball field, you got to do what you got to do. Get it done.
Wow.
Paintball field is the worst thing for any kind of malfunction that we have to deep dive into anything.
Oh, you got to
Like,
deal with something. Yeah.
Cleaning your gun, doing anything with a camera. Dude, paintball field is the fucking dirtiest place ever.
Mm-hmm.
Screw falls on the ground. Good luck.
Yeah. So, well, and I guess that was, we were over by the like booths and shit. So I guess, there wasn't like active paint spraying everywhere because, yeah, that would be a little bit more sketchy. But yeah, no. So I thought that story was funny. I was proud of myself. I figured out how to jank ass liquid cool a SSD.
Hell yeah.
Now you just gotta travel. Now you just gotta travel with a little sandwich bag in your pocket just for that, so you don't have to jerry rig that shit.
Yeah, valid. So
Would the sandwich bag work? Do you mean like
For sure.
putting that on there?
Yeah, put the ice in there.
But condensation, it would still come through the bag, right?
And then just put a towel over it or
Yeah,
paper
so
towel.
I would
Yeah,
still
wrap it
need
in
a
a paper
towel.
towel. Wrap it in a paper towel. Wrap it in a little baby towel. Put it in a Ziploc bag and put ice around it.
Dude, that'll
Put
what?
some liquid IV in there. It'll speed it up.
Throw some liquid-
Oh,
We're just killing a hard drive right now, guys. This is not
I
helpful.
don't think so. I don't think so. That's
Wrapping it up in a towel and then just putting that in a bag of ice that's gonna melt as the heat expands.
No. Wrap it in a towel. Put it in the bag. Zip it up. There's no water in the bag, and then you put ice around, like you lay it on some ice.
Oh, I see what you mean. So to like create a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem then becomes the thermal dynamics of that because, yeah,
You're
science.
fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
not smart enough for that, so it doesn't exist.
The efficiency of the cooling would go down a lot because the plastic would also be taking some of the cooling in between the drive and the.
I don't know enough to dispute you, but you're
So
right.
I'm correct. Thank you.
No,
Fuck you, Brandon.
You know what? I think I gotta go with Brando on this one. He seems to know what he's talking about.
You guys are pieces of shit. So yeah, one last thing I had from the event, looking down here, I had to give a shout out to Shell de Photos. I don't know if you guys have seen some of his work, but Dan Shelley, just honestly one of the, just a refreshing character to see in paintball media. Definitely, a guy that I've got to know a little bit during the events this year, and yeah, I wanted to give him a shout out. He took some fire photos of me, so I always appreciate that. But also in general, we shared a beer on the podium day, and we were talking a couple times during the event. So it was it was nice and refreshing, and definitely need to give that guy his props because he only has about 1,000 followers on Instagram, and that number definitely needs to be higher. So head over to @ShellDa_Photos, SHELLDA photos. Go follow him. Check it out. Takes a lot of great stuff.
Right now.
There you go. You weren't following Hatch?
Wow.
You're a fake friend. Dan,
Jesus.
get him.
I now know. I didn't know before.
Hey Dan, just know I was under 1,000 followers.
He was
Hey Dan, just know
under.
I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit.
A piece of shit.
Just know that.
100. All right. But yeah, so that was really my last NXL related thing tonight. I know you guys had some more stories of your time in Philly. I guess let's jump to those. I'm gonna hold my last topic because it's kind of a spicy one and there's some conspiracies with it. So we're gonna you gotta stick around for that if you want to hear fucking oh shit. Do I have a good sampler for this? I don't actually. Just kidding.
What's up, Brando? Hit it off.
Okay. Let's see. Which one do we want to do first? How about we cut Cedar's hair. We got Cedar's haircut.
We got Cedar's. We cut Cedar's hair into a mullet.
I didn't even see this. What the fuck?
Yeah, fucking.
I think every time I saw him, he had a hat or a balaclava on.
Yeah,
Probably,
so,
yeah.
The guy has a fire mullet. Honestly, I almost referred to her as a bitch, but the chick who the chick who cut his hair, she definitely left it a little long in the front, a little.
It's not
flowy,
really moldish.
little flowy.
Yeah,
But he just needs to find that happy medium, and then the guy looks good. The guy looks fucking good.
Yeah, his little
He's
shake
fucking
for
jiggling
the
that
back.
shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it feels
That's how
so
you
good.
know
He's like,
your
"Oh."
mullet is getting official is when you have the like nice flick in the back.
He barely has it, barely, but it's
Well, there
there.
you go. But it counts.
It's
If I
there.
can, I can put you in 120 slow mo and there's movement, you have a mullet.
Barely
Bingo.
movement. You barely movement.
Movement
but
is
still
movement,
some.
Hatch.
Still
Movement
some.
is movement.
The guy is looking fresh as fuck, though. Not even gonna lie.
That's all funny.
He knows,
Shout out Papa
he
Cedar.
knows. So, yeah, they started freaking out when 10 dirty ass motherfuckers started turning up in this hair salon. This lady's like, "Do you guys have an appointment?" And we all just pointed to Cedar because she was getting low-key pissed off because people came
Did
in
Cedar
there
make
and
an
they were
appointment?
waiting. Fuck no. We did a walk-in, and she was like, "Oh, we need to set up an appointment." I said, "Oh, can I set up an appointment like 15 minutes from now?" And we just walked over and got a haircut.
Nice.
So felt good, felt nice. I think Paul has like a little video. I'll have to get that from Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, he made a cool little edit.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
fly.
that's one of those moments I wish I was there for because that sounds hilarious. Seeing the fucking semi-pro team there to cheer on Cedar. That sounds hilarious.
What the fuck? Dan Shelley just messaged me, said, "A follow by the GOAT. Honored. Love the podcast." What
There
the
you
fuck?
go. Yeah, he listens to the podcast, you motherfucker.
dude,
he knows who you are.
He's fucking way cooler than I am, dude. The guy that's getting fucking fire ass content. I saw that picture you got of you, Ryan. Shit looks fucking flamey, bro.
Dude. Well, it was funny because he took that one, and then there's another one where I look over at him, I see him, and I smile, and I was like, nah, the Candid looks better. Candid's fire.
He's like, "Oh hey."
Like, go back to it.
So
No, yeah, that's
sometimes
a
you just
weird
gotta put on
order.
the-
Like, I took the smiling one first, and then I pretended to, yeah.
It's like the shutter speed for models. It's like as soon as you hear the shutter speed, you got to do a different pose.
Yeah, no, that's
Isn't
a
that how it
legit
goes?
thing
It's
with like
shutter
professional models. Yeah.
flash.
Well, it's not
Every
like
time you hear
another pose, but it's like kind of whole thing.
Slight movement.
Wait
Slight
for the
movement.
pick. Wait for the pick. Wait for the pick. Wait for the pick. Like you just kind of find your shit and just keep hitting it.
We'd have a fire ass photo shoot. Not even gonna lie. Also, shout out to Savage Fenty for lacing me up.
You got some more Savage?
Yeah, they knew, they recognized me. They remember me.
They did?
Not even
No
fucking
way.
They
No
remember me and Cedar
way.
after walking in. Not even messing with you.
So,
And,
is this for you this time, or?
Hell no, it's for everybody who gets the pleasure of seeing it. It's pretty fucking nice. Not even gonna lie.
What'd you
Blue.
buy? What'd you pick up, buddy?
Blue thong.
A blue thong? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty fire.
Can you
not gonna
please
lie.
explain to people what this like? Because I think this was just before we started the podcast last year. Was when this
Oh,
happened, so
fuck.
we never talked about it. Can you
Damn.
please explain this story?
So, I guess I'm friends with Rihanna now because I wear her lingerie.
You're not
So-
friends with her. What? That's
I don't know, dude.
what
Same, but different.
parasocial shit is that?
We're like this now.
Yeah,
We're like
me and
this.
Rihanna, we're tight.
Me and Riri,
So
she's my girl.
yeah, there's this. Apparently, there's only 2 stores in all of America. Apparently,
For her
And-
lingerie line, right?
yeah, for her
That's what- yeah.
lingerie store line, whatever. And we go in, and am I supposed to be telling the story of last year's?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. How we found
Gotcha.
it.
So we go in, and I am like, "What the fuck is this place? This is wild." You know, I got the Sam Smith playing in the background. I'm like, "Dude, this shit is zesty as hell," right? So I'm walking in. I'm like, "Oh, there's lingerie." Then I was like, "Do you guys have any dudes lingerie?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we do. We have a section over here."
They have a
And it
men's
was like-
section.
yeah. And very slim pickings. Very, very slim pickings.
Yep.
And then so luckily your boy got to prestige after using his last set. And now we went back this year. Got that went to the men's corner.
I'm sorry, brother. Can we back it up? What the fuck does your boy got to prestige after buying the last set? What the fuck does that mean?
You know, after you use it so many times, you get that you level up, you
So
get the
wait,
experience.
you used
then
it?
you get-
I'm confused now.
It's just underwear. Of course I was using it.
So you've been wearing a thong all year?
No.
We didn't know about it?
The first set is fucking wildly not a thong. That shit is wilder than a thong.
What? Did you get a fucking G-string or some shit?
Nah, wilder than that shit. I don't even know how I would describe it. It's like Brando, you know.
It's like a jog strap. It's like a
Yeah. It's like a
it's
jock strap. Fucking spreads my cheeks and shit.
Oh. What the fuck?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
literally okay. Okay. God damn it. Fucking.
There is no fucking.
So
is
there's
no
just
coverage
nothing in the back.
ass.
It's just like
no, dude, fucking open for
I
eating,
feel like
bro.
that's meant for a certain type of individual. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt, this shit is wild.
Something Mark Spiegelman might be a fan of. You know?
Dude, shit's open
I'm just
for
saying
eating.
a name. I'm not. You know. Doesn't mean anything.
Nah, you're good. But so I had to go back this year, get something, get laced
Something a
up
little
with a different
nicer.
thread, you know. So I got your boy got some blue. Sounds fucking fruity as fuck when I say it. Not even gonna lie, but straight up got a blue thong. Shit's lit.
Hatch, I'm gonna be honest. Anything where you're talking about buying lingerie for yourself is gonna sound fruity as fuck.
It's not for myself. It's for everybody who wants to see it.
But it is for you. No one else is wearing it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what
For
I
me,
mean.
yeah.
It's not like you're buying this for a girlfriend or something. You know, like that's everyone kind of gets that.
I mean, we could look at it like I bought Cedars and he bought mine if we want. We can look at
That's
it that
more
way.
fucked though. I don't like that. That's even scarier.
All right, so we'll go back to the first way.
Go back to the first way.
So yeah, shout out to Rihanna. That's my girl.
Yeah. So okay, you got like a little blue thong.
Yeah, fire.
Are you actually going to wear it? Like what?
I was low key fucking debating on wearing it the first day. I was like, dude, do I wear it? That's probably the reason why we fucking got smoked.
Hatch, you're literally the like joke dude who is playing paintball in a thong. Like that's hilarious.
I was thinking about wearing it, but I was thinking about wearing it, but I didn't end up doing it.
Oh my god. You learn something new about your co-host every day, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, we've learned that Hatch has a selection of underwear that he really enjoys.
Yeah. And dude, I'm telling
Do
you,
they
if we
feel
do want to do
free?
a calendar,
Like is it
you feel every bit of breeze, bro, dead ass.
every bit of
Feel
okay,
every fucking
that's how
bit.
the thigh huggers feel though, so I kind of get that. Like it's
Bro,
it's very nice.
You can feel a fucking ant sneezing outside.
I don't think that works like that.
That's how drafty they are. So, you
Just
know.
feeling some wind by your hole and just woo. That was weird.
Yeah. And speaking of that shit, dude, I got fucking groped by TSA.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
You actually
Yeah,
got pulled aside?
I got touched, bro.
I
I got touched, bro. I'm walking through, and I knew I was kind of gonna get flagged because I'm wearing some HK shorts that have like zippers on this, that has like zippers on for the pockets.
metal, yeah.
So obviously, right, that's just lighten up when I get through. I walk through, I look at the picture, bro, big ass fucking red block right on my dick, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so the guy's like, I'm gonna have to patch it down. And obviously in the airport, I am the wildest looking fucking guy at the airport. Right? So,
Yeah, with the mullet and mustache, you look like an uncivilized human.
yeah, I looked like I did not belong in an airport. I looked like I lived at the airport. And
or outside the airport.
Yep, valid. And the guy's like, well, I'm gonna have to step you aside over here, and you know the deal. And I'm like, yeah, right.
You
I'm
know
basically
the deal. Bend over, son.
well, no, I was basically like, yeah, you're good. Don't have to explain it. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Like, just touch me.
I want to make my plane.
And,
Yeah.
I see fucking Brando, Michelle, and fucking Cedar all walk past. Bro, the guy didn't give a shit. It was fucking credit card in my cheeks, dude. Didn't even care. Fucking straight, fucking thumb scooped my balls, dude. He was touching me everywhere. And because why the fuck is there just a random fucking red square on my dick in the machine? What is happening?
The machine saw something weird in your dick area, I guess. I don't. Hatch, if anything, you should be very complimented right now because I think we all know what this meant.
I like that.
The X-ray machine saw a very long foreign object, and there was nothing there. So you guys can put together the context clues.
So now we know, dude. The Philly airport. That's just my favorite.
Hatch is literally certified hung.
I guess so, dude. According to TSA, dude.
Yeah.
According to TSA.
You know what? You know what probably didn't help as well. You guys trying to sneak in, not even sneak in, but carry on
the peanut butter
jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh
To
no.
the plane.
So we went to Costco, right? So to get like some of our food, Costco got the deals.
We know what Costco is. I think most people do.
We got the bulk thing of peanut butter where we were making peanut butter sandwiches. We went through one tub, but then we had one that was completely untouched. We tried to fly with it. Apparently, according to TSA, that's a liquid. That's
Yes,
fucking
it is.
bullshit.
It's because there's oil in it. Yeah.
Lame. But
You could have put some plastic explosives in that, you know?
absolutely, I could have. So,
And TSA, I'm not gonna do that, so please do not put me on a list.
The lady knew instantly. She's like, "Oh, is there any liquids in here?" And we're like, "Oh no, we're good." And she goes, squeezes the fucking bag, and she's like, "What? Then what is this?" And then Cedar goes, peanut butter." And she's like, "Oh no, can't go."
She's like,
right?
nah.
And Cedar's like, "Do we really have to throw it away?" And she's like, "Yep, you do have to throw it away." So I'm like, "All right." So I fucking rip the lid off, fucking stick my finger in that shit, right in the middle of the airport.
Just looking at her. Just
I was like, anybody else want any? And I'm like asking everybody around us, anybody else want some peanut butter? A fingy of peanut butter?
The communal peanut butter.
Nah, dude. And what really sucked is, so while that guy was fucking stroking my balls at TSA, my mouth was dry as hell.
That's pretty funny.
I need some water.
Stuck together. Dude, that reminds me of like This Is the End, where they're like, Jonah, you can have 1 scoop of peanut butter for your diabetes.
Oh yeah. Man, damn, is that movie on Netflix now?
Yes, it is. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just watched it recently because I saw it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Recommendation to anyone. This is the end. No, go, Brandon. You were gonna talk, so I'm not gonna talk over you.
Oh no! Since we're sticking with airport stories really quick, we had a teammate
What happened?
get arrested at an airport.
Arrested.
I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, we're not doxing names.
One of our boys.
You guys are gonna tell me after though, but
one of our boys.
Okay.
So
what the fuck happened?
One of our guys basically was getting fucked over in his flight. So he was at his gate waiting for his flight. All of a sudden, he goes, "Yo, where'd the flight go?" Because the gate just changed. And so apparently 22 people missed their flight because they changed the gate and no one didn't tell anybody. And low key, I think the airlines do this shit on. I low key think the airlines do this shit on purpose when they overpack.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, well, whoever gets to it first."
Or like they like send out to only like a certain amount of passengers that the gate changed up, like, but the other 40 are just sitting there, and then that's so fucked.
So he was very, very upset, and he is like, "Yo, I need to get on a flight. Like, I have to get on a flight. Like, I have to be in Philadelphia, but by tomorrow morning, I have to be."
This is Wednesday night.
Yes, because
Wednesday night going into Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm. And the bitch was apparently being a bitch, according to my teammate, and was hitting him with basically a good analogy would say she basically hit him with a talk to the hand. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot him away almost.
Damn, that sucks.
Something like that. And my boy saw red and he hit her with the fuck you. And the next thing you know, the guy ends up in handcuffs behind TSA.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
They fucking take his wallet. So the entire weekend he has no fucking wallet.
Wait, he didn't get it back?
No, they didn't give him his wallet back. So
does he have his ID?
No,
that sounds illegal to confiscate someone's identification.
A person back home had to send him his extra license
so he could get through TSA.
So he could get home.
That
wild, right? Wild.
Is that legal?
Still has his wallet.
Can they just straight up hold someone's identification? Like that doesn't seem legal because
I feel like okay.
In case
first of all,
like let's say for unfortunate reasons, let's say he has to like talk to a police officer or something, and he now can't present ID that he legally had because it's been taken by someone like that. Okay, that seems really weird to me.
What's your name? Bofa.
Bofa. That's gonna work out well for him.
I was hitting hella people with a Bofa this weekend. Not even gonna lie. But
did you hit anyone with both of these?
I was trying hella hard though. I was trying hella hard.
Yeah, shout out Lastro.
That one. My boys know me too well. No one on my team I can get with. No fucking way.
No, you can't even get anyone who goes to Capital Edge anymore because it's like everyone knows if Hatch asks you a question, think about it for a couple seconds.
You have to.
Like put it together in your head first, and it may be a real question.
I try, and the thing is, it'll be a good question sometimes that you'll be like, maybe I should answer that one. Or it's a question that you've never really been asked, but you've always wanted to be asked, and you're like, oh, boom, and then I hit you with it. Marv hit me
always
with it
wanted
pretty
to be
well.
asked. Yeah.
Marv hit me with it pretty good.
Yeah. All these.
Marv tried to
was
hit
puppy guarding.
the Olive Garden waitress with the. Was it Bofa? Was it
It was
Bofa as well?
Bofa.
He asked her about milk, and then Bofa, and he turns around, and it looked like he was trying to hold in his laugh. Looked
Dude, I
like his
could not
eyeballs
stop.
were about to pop out.
That's so funny. So he's like,
You always have to try.
hits him with the Botha, and then looks to you guys as like,
Yeah. I was just like
That's
this, like
fucking
across.
hilarious.
I'm at the head of the table. I'm at the very head of the table, you know, and I'm just like this. I'm just like trying my best not to fucking laugh, hiding behind my fingers, you know, looking straight down at the ground. I just could not stop fucking laughing.
fuck yeah. All right. Well, I feel it. All right, guys. So we're kind of towards the end of the show, and I want to get into my last final topic I have because it is kind of a crazy one. But first, we need a code word of the week, Ash.
Oh man,
It's time for Hatch's code word of the week.
wait, we gotta have it. It's gotta be a team. It's gotta be a team effort.
I feel
Yeah,
like this is your
we'll sign
segment.
off on it.
We gotta do from the sidelines quote of the week.
Nah, it's Hatch's code word of the week.
All right,
You
fuck,
came
all
up with
right,
the
all
idea. I'll give you credit on this one. It's a good
right,
idea.
All right. Let's think. We used Philly cheesesteak last week.
I mean, hey, we want to just hit him with the both of these.
Yeah. All right. If you're listening to this, I don't even know how the fuck to spell it. Sound it out. You'll be close enough.
Your best guess is we'll take it. Hit us with the
Yep.
both of these.
If you hit me with the both of these, we are solid square. You are one of my favorite people. If you DM us, comment, whatever.
Speaking of, I want to
Both
give
of
a
these.
shout out to someone who hit me up with Philly cheesesteak last week, Christopher Struck. He's definitely been a longtime fan of the show. I know he's been reaching out to me on Facebook every now and then. He's been listening for a while, so wanted to give a shout out to you, man. Appreciate your support out there. But yeah,
messages me every
if
time,
you want
like that
if you want your name on the show, hit us up with the code word of the week. Let us know about it in some DM form. Facebook, Instagram, somewhere like that. We'll see it, and we'll
Yep.
maybe-
Mike Ryan.
maybe give you a
that guy.
shout out.
That guy sends me a message saying Philly cheesesteak. He last show lap dance. He sent me some. Shout out to Mike Ryan.
Dude,
Yeah.
we had a ref tell us that.
Oh, dude, great
Wait, what?
call,
I don't know about
Brando.
this story.
Great call. So I'm obviously shooting. I shoot the shit with everybody, right? So in the middle of our match, we're on the far side, and I am like, ref, thank you so much for everything you do, right? We run our own local league, right? So we know how it is reffing when it ain't the funnest job. And the guy goes, "Oh, I know you. I've seen the videos." And I'm like, damn! I'm like, damn, what the fuck do I say to that?
That's hella funny. So it wasn't a good recognition.
It was, I would say so. I would definitely say so.
Oh, okay. So it was all right.
So-
Like he gave a thumbs up.
Yeah,
gave a
he
thumbs
gave
up.
it a good old
The
solid thumbs
voice
up.
made it seem like a fucking little fucking kid. Like,
No, that guy, I would say, just off of the vibe that I got from him, he's the kind of guy where, obviously, since he refs in XL, his paintball team doesn't play in XL, so he might be more of a weekend baller. But dude, that guy, funny as fuck. I like that guy.
that's cool. Shout out to that random ref. I wish we knew your name, man.
I'll never fucking know. Besides box ref, if you hear this, hit me with a both of these, dude.
Yo,
I need it.
Lone Wolf Paintball Box Ref. Shout out you, brother. You killed it all weekend.
The far one, the one farthest away.
And let's be real. Backline refs, you guys, shout out you guys.
Saints.
That's a hard job to play. And I'll say,
definitely
literally
easy.
at WC, I saw the exact reason why you have to have someone back there. So, yeah, shout out. It's a needed position. It sucks. Appreciate you guys.
It sucks when you don't have enough refs to do it. Oh my god. So then it's
Yeah,
like
because the
doing,
amount
like,
of kids
double
I saw,
Hawkeye.
the amount of kids I saw get away with cheating at WC because there was no backline ref. Because it's like, well, I get hit on the inside. No one's gonna see it back there, so I just kind of
Yeah, it's like
talk and-
maybe the 50-yard line ref on the other side is gonna see that. Maybe on the inside. in his
maybe, yeah, it's the
peripherals.
only other person, but yeah. So, shout out to you, box ref. All right, so no more delay. I want to get into this topic because it's kind of fucking crazy. I want to hear your guys' opinion on it, but
I don't know too much about it, but
I don't really know either. But a lot has been coming up in my Instagram feed, and that makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about.
this
So-
is where the creativity comes into best.
Jesus Christ, Hatch, you just went
Got
from like
really loud.
My bad, I moved my mic a little bit closer to
I
my
was
face, I'm
like,
sorry.
oh, okay, what is up, buddy?
bad.
But yes, so this is all from the Sidelines facts, so take that with a grain of salt. But Yeah, apparently a lot of very rich people paid about $250,000 for a seat on a submarine. And that submarine's goal was to head down to the bottom of the ocean and visit the Titanic, the crash site where, I mean, yeah, obviously the, most famous, like, sunken boat of all time is. They were going to go explore it a bit. Well, it turns out we've lost the submarine. No one knows where the fuck it is, and we can't find it. It's been gone for a few days now. The weird thing about this is the submarine had a GPS location system that would ping every about 15 minutes with the whereabouts of the submarine. This is kind of normal technology for most things that go out into the ocean. Just, kind of a way of being like, hey, this is our last location and we'll update you in 15 minutes. They stopped sending those pings. So something happened.
Honestly,
we don't know
they
where.
just got a one-way ticket to Atlantis, bro.
It sounds like that. But the weird thing is, and I said this at the beginning too, is these were very rich individuals. The net worth of all the people together on the sub is about $5 to $6 billion of net worth.
Jesus.
That's kind of weird to me that they just all disappear at the same time. So I feel like maybe we just witnessed a whole bunch of rich people fake their own death, or someone just got themselves out of a lot of debt. But
or
I don't know.
Megalodon.
100%. It could be something weird. They could have just got fucked up and, something happened and the sub wasn't as good as they thought it was. And I don't know. It could be that. But I like to imagine
sea monsters.
Yeah, that's what I like to imagine. It's either some type of kraken.
Cracking these balls on your face. Oh my god, I had to, bro. I had to.
How's it going?
I had to.
That's half credit because you set it up a bit. But kraken, giant sea squid, megalodon, some shit like that. But I definitely am gonna believe that it's a government conspiracy and they wanted these people killed. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, man. Were there other submarines around shooting torpedoes? Is that could possibly be a thing?
I don't know. Was Helen Keller in the submarine? Maybe that's the thing.
Fuck?
They're trying to cover up more
She was
Helen
driving
Keller
it.
secrets. Yeah. Just like
Damn.
Tower 7.
Bitch.
I'm telling you.
I wonder, do they not think to maybe okay, damn, all these people left. Why don't we just throw a probe down there right now?
So the United States Coast Guard has launched a rescue search for them and they are trying to locate them. I mean, you're trying to find
Find bodies, bro.
Well, find bodies, but also at this point, it's we talk about a needle in a haystack. That's like a fucking grain of sand in a haystack. Finding a sub in the ocean, that's not an easy task.
I mean, and they launched the mission down to the Titanic to go see the Titanic when they lost communication. Correct?
Yeah, so that was the
last
itinerary of no, I don't know how far down it got, but the itinerary at least for that trip was, hey, this is a really expensive expedition. We're gonna go down and see the Titanic, and these really rich people have paid for a spot to be on the submarine to go do so.
Yeah, it's not just the ocean, how vast and big it is. It's 2 miles deep
as well.
too.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's, oh my god. And were all these people American?
I don't know that part. That's facts that I definitely do not have. But yeah, I know they were rich, and there was a lot of money that is unaccounted for right now in the world, which is, I mean, let's be real. That's everything, if some shit happens, follow where the money trail goes, because that'll tell you all the answers.
What business were they into? Oh my god.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing to see. I mean, hey, isn't it just convenient that after 2001, a whole bunch of American companies started making money hand over fist that also just happened to be friends with the vice president at the time, and they were government military contractors? That's not weird to anyone else, right?
Just a coincidence.
Yeah, just around the same time we passed an act that took away a lot of freedoms of American citizens. Just coincidences.
That seems pretty normal.
That seems pretty yeah, for the America we grew up in, but that's not really in the grand scheme of things.
Nah.
Yeah.
Do you guys legitimately think that it could have? What do you guys think it could be? Legitimately.
Legitimately, I think just something went wrong. Some type of
got depressurized and everybody just gets fucked.
Yeah, something like that. Like honestly, anytime you're taking a submarine down 2 miles, there's a lot of risks that go in with that. Just because
Yeah.
when
You
you
don't even
get
know
that,
until you're down there.
well, yeah, but when you get that far down, you're essentially like you're going through an atmosphere that's almost as difficult to survive in as like space is. Like
Yeah.
the amount of pressure that's down there, like humans
We know
were not
more
meant
about
to
that
go
level
there.
of space. We know more about like the level of
100%.
space than we
Yeah.
do like that level of pressure at the ocean.
Yeah, we
right?
know
There
less
could
about
be-
the Marianas Trench than the moon.
could
And
be,
one
like-
is on our planet.
I wonder if it's like different patches of pressure, right? Where it's like they'd be fine, and then all of a sudden they hit like a patch of pressure, then it's like boom, just fucking crushed like a can.
Yeah, well, and that could definitely be a thing because pressure is constant. So it's like, you know, as the bar, you know, let's say you're at 15 bar at a certain depth, then by the point you go down to 17, maybe not instantly it will crack, but if there is some type of, you know,
Some kind of
weakness
give.
in your hull or some type of give, it will eventually fall just because that pressure is constant. Like it is a force that is always there, that is always applying
It's
that
not like
pressure
it's pulsing.
to it. Yeah, it's not like it's
pulsing,
like,
coming
you
in
know.
waves. It's constantly pushing on you.
and that's why
And
like,
there's no getting away.
oh, sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, like you said, there's no getting away. Like there might not be any chance to fix any issue.
Hell
that.
no.
So
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
for
like
sure.
because like
Hell
it's,
no.
like if
No,
there's
it's-
if there's like a not a mistake, but yeah, if something's wrong,
Some
it's-
accident, some miscalculation, like
We
any
need more
little
duct
thing.
tape. We need more duct tape.
Well, that's
yeah,
like,
duct
I
tape
mean,
ain't fixing that, like the spaceship.
yeah, duct tape fixed Apollo 13, but it ain't gonna do everything. No, but and I think that's why like the best reference we have for like deep sea travel is space, because I think it's very similar like situations of, you know, humans are not meant to be there at all, so you have to pretty much build and have everything perfect, and if anything goes wrong, your success rate goes from, you know, 75% to 4%, and it's scary.
Damn.
It's like, I mean, think of like, yeah, the guys on Apollo 13, like they made it back, but just barely. And, you know, there's other examples of like Challenger and Discovery, or was it Columbus? I think that Columbia that burned up on reentry. I know it was one of them. But yeah, like
That must be a scary mindset, knowing that you go up there and there's like a pretty high chance that you might not come back.
I mean, for astronauts in the early days, I feel like,
Even in submarines now, I almost feel like, especially when you're going down like that deep.
oh,
even
I see what you're
in-
saying. I think it depends
relating.
on the sub too, because I know there's a lot of Navy dudes sitting at the bottom of an ocean floor right now in a nuclear submarine that is, yeah, they're just fine. They're not scared of anything around them because they literally have ICBMs on board and they can create their own war if they wanted to.
Yeah, they could, if they have to, they will nuke.
They'll
pressure.
nuke the kaiju that's coming up from the, you know, Marianas Trench.
Exactly.
Damn.
No one get that reference? All right. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah. That's
Hey,
fucking
Pacific
wild.
Rim. It's perfect.
Damn.
I love Pacific Rim. That's first one, such a good movie. Second one, completely ass. Never should be talked about or
Ass.
mentioned again.
It was like a mixture between like fucking Transformers and like Godzilla, and I'm
Well,
just
it's
like,
funny. Like they took all the great principles from the first movie and just made it ridiculous. And it was
Yeah.
like, this was cool, and now this is not cool anymore.
I missed the 2009 Transformers, man. That shit was so fucking sick. Seeing that shit transform for the first time.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, peak of humanity was 2007. Shia LaBeouf sitting on top of a Camaro with Megan Fox next to him, and in the end playing. That was like the peak of humanity. It'll
So
never get
good.
better than that.
Damn.
Holding her hand, except her thumb.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, buddy. Let's be real. Megan Fox walks up to you right now. You're not upset. You don't give
See
a
that
fuck about a thumb.
I'm
You don't give a
disgusted.
fuck.
I am disgusted.
Stop trying to be Kyle, all right? You don't give a fuck. I know you
No,
don't, Brandon.
You're absolutely right, though, Brando. That thumb is definitely missing some
Yeah.
Look,
chromosomes or something. I don't
it's
know.
not the best looking thumb. I'll take the whole package. I'm gonna be honest. I'll dive on that grenade for the boys.
Yeah.
I can
yeah,
put a
you'll
paper.
let that
I can put
thumb
a
slip
paper
in a
bag
hole?
over the thumb.
Let
I can
that
put
thumb-
the-
Well,
can
it's
put a
not as
paper bag
long.
over
We
the
know
thumb.
that. So, you know,
Okay, well, that's a good point.
that was a good paper bag joke. I did hear that.
Nah, dude. She's like, have you ever seen that? Damn, this is another Monsters versus Aliens reference. But you guys have seen that movie, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Remember the fucking
Bob one.
family that has like the fucking short thumbs, and she's like trying to fucking push the door thing, and she's like, thumbs! And she just can't fucking reach it. That's Megan Fox.
That's Megan. Oh, okay. All right,
Sure,
bro.
Megan Fox.
I know for a fact you were a teenage boy once, and you dreamed about her like everyone else did.
I still do.
Still do. See, I'm not wrong. All right.
Yeah, we're good though.
Yeah, we're good.
Just,
That's my guy.
I dream of her with two normal thumbs though. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Thumbs.
Now you said
I
that.
can.
Now a dream reality.
Okay. I never get why people latch on to the thumbs. I don't know.
It's just a funny joke. I don't give a fuck about her thumb.
No, I know. I trust me.
It's like she's
get
like
it.
missing like a fucking leg or something, you know? She says a fucked up
Well,
thumb.
no, but it is funny how people act like that. It's like, oh my god, so ugly. It's like, no. I mean,
she just has a single ugly phalange, and that is it.
I was gonna try to.
She has
I was
two of them.
She's two of them. Okay, Frozen
Well,
boy.
only one of them's fucked up though.
Well, yeah, she also has cameras that work, Brandon. So I don't know what you want.
Drew would be upset right now, Brando.
Fuck you, Drew.
Hey, it made it through an hour and 55 minutes, so it
Good
got
enough for
pretty
me.
close.
Close enough for me.
Let me get the ice. Let me cool this down. Hold on.
Let
yeah,
me get
me
the
and
ice.
Brando-
Yeah, there you go.
Also, another thing, me and Brando, we explored some of the sites of Philly, and we went to a fucking prison.
I saw this. I saw a little clip of this from Michelle's post.
Yeah, it was a prison that made hella funny ass Attack on Titan jokes because the walls are hella high.
So pretty much all of these people are fucked, right?
I love that.
That
fucking
was
video.
one of my
That shit is
favorite
so
clips of
fucking
Logan,
funny.
dude. Oh my god. If you guys don't know
love
what we're
that
talking
one.
about, it's just a clip of Logan being told the kind of lore of Attack on Titan and him finally realizing, like, oh, this is fucked. Like,
Yeah,
everything's
there's just like
bad.
no escape,
Yeah.
right? So definitely felt like the receiving end of Attack on Titan. But what were some pretty crazy parts about that, Brando? What were some noticeable things that you got?
Noticeable things.
A guy escaped, dug through concrete with like a
dug
spork
through the
or some
tunnel.
shit.
Yeah, it's like
It's kind of like
Redemption.
It's kind of like Alcatraz too. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
It was all like it was like a quiet prison. You weren't supposed to talk. It was all isolation and stuff. It was cool. The way it was laid out, it was like a I don't know. It was like a tire wheel, you know, but the things going out. I don't know. It was a cool
like
layout.
spokes, like there's a center hub,
Yeah.
and then it went to different
Yeah.
blocks,
But
different cell blocks.
Yeah, but they had a room that we had a chance to write letters and
Oh,
a
yeah.
note to actual inmates.
Solid.
across, or to a different couple penitentiaries.
We had
or
two
whatever.
different letters.
Yeah, two
We
different
had
letters.
two.
Yeah,
We had two completely different
same
letters.
to the same inmate because they have a list. You who you address it to. Address
So
it to
what
the same
the
person.
fuck did you guys write to an inmate?
Hey, Hatch had a great. I mean, a real good pick me up. Actually, he
Yeah.
wrote a good
All
I
right.
wrote
letter.
I wrote like a paragraph, bro. I was like, I
Yeah.
believe in you, even if you're stuck in there forever. Look at the bright side, you know, right? Just keep moving forward, right? Just keep,
Dude.
pumping them up.
This man is gonna read that and like murder his cellmate or some shit. Like that
Nah,
would be
dude.
hilarious.
Oh,
He's gonna get Brandos and fucking kill everyone.
he's gonna read Hatches and like I am good. Yeah, I can do
He's
this.
like, you know
And
what?
he's
It's
gonna
10 years. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna see my family. I'm gonna do this for
And he-
them.
Then he's gonna get this one. It's because if you're incarcerated, you're gay, and he's just gonna.
Did you see me?
Yeah. So fucking solid opposites. And the thing is, you would really think that it would be the other way around. You would think it'd be the other way around, that I would write that,
Yeah,
and then Brandon would write the
Brandon
good
would
one.
be the nice, like, hey man, you got this. You know, like
Dude, I
mistakes don't
wrote it.
define you. Like,
Wrote it. It's like
yeah.
it's 6 words. I wrote it, or whatever, and I look up, and Hatch has a paragraph. I'm like, fuck. Oh, in for a penny, in for a pound, whatever. And I put it in the slip. Yeah.
Jesus,
So
that's hella funny. Oh my god.
his name was Marvin S.
Why
So
are
Marvin S,
we doxing
if some-
this poor man?
Go get him. Break him out. Go get him.
Hey, free my boy Marv. You know, free my boy.
Marv S. So Marv S, if you're listening to this shit, dude.
I don't think
both
he
of
is Hatch.
these.
I do
One
not
day.
think he's listening to this podcast.
Fuck, I should have signed that. I should have fucking signed
You
that.
should have
Listen to
put-
From the Sidelines podcast. I should have fucking
Dude.
said that in the letter.
Oh, the story would have been
We
hilarious.
gotta go back, Brando. We gotta go
we
back.
get a review in 5 years that's like, you know, Hatch really saved my life, man. He turned it around. Like,
What if he like hunts me down?
that would also be amazing. Both outcomes are great. It's content either way.
I was just about to say that. The content's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah. So shout out Marv. Free my boy Marv.
Yep, Marv S.
Not Marvin Gerber. If you haven't listened to any of
No.
this rest of this podcast, he's fine.
Marvin Gerber might as well be locked up. The guy's an animal.
What the fuck? Okay.
Nah, a guy fucking ate raw chicken at a dinner, dude. Brando, back me up.
That's
He did.
okay. That's
he
kind
did.
of savage. Not gonna lie.
Not by choice, but
Not by choice.
He ate it. Yeah. And none of us questioned why it was so chewy and juicy, but we ate it. We swallowed it.
Mm. Where the
I was
fuck
like-
did you guys go to dinner?
We went to,
I don't know. I don't remember.
where did we go?
Uh,
Somewhere. It was a steakhouse.
I don't know. It had,
Right,
it had a
Steakhouse
lot
does
of
not know
beer.
how to cook chicken.
Fuck,
That's,
where were we?
that's why they're a steakhouse.
I had a lot of beer. That's all right. Fair answer, Brandon.
Dude,
Fair.
the chick, our server, looked like she was on the verge of fucking suicide, bro. She did not look very, we'll bleep that one out. We'll bleep that. I forgot, that's another one of the hot words.
No. That's fine. It's the KYS one
Yep,
that's not as good.
Yep. I
That
also got
one's
something
fine.
about that one.
But dude, I had a similar story. We went to pick up, it was like some Freddy's, some like fast food chain out there, and we went and just got like fast food after the fucking event on Sunday because we wanted to get back to the hotel. And fucking dude, I went to go ask this dude after I picked up my food for ranch. Holy shit, he looked through me, man. Like this dude was ready to end it all. He was just like, yeah, here's your fucking ranch, bro. I was like, damn,
That's
man.
what he said?
Yeah, and I was like,
Damn.
I was like, we gotta get that man some help. Like,
Holy
he's going
shit,
through
dude.
it.
Yeah, that guy, fuck, dude. Did he even show up to work the next day? Someone
I
check
don't
on him.
know.
God damn.
So yeah, he was
Well,
having
anyway.
a bad day. But shout out to that Freddy's worker.
Shout out to Freddy's worker, man. Do you know his name?
No, what?
I will call
No,
him Freddy, and he works at Freddy's. So I
Yeah,
hope
there
you're
you go.
doing better, Freddy.
we don't need to name every guest person that we talk about on this show.
You know, maybe we should go back to Philly and get him on here as a guest. Maybe that'll boost him up.
Oh my god, go back to Philly, and we gotta get Marv as a guest, and then we gotta get him.
Dude, that would be a fucking crazy ass interview. Imagine he's like only in there for like tax evasion, like the fucking soft ass shit.
Oh,
Imagine it's not tax. What
Yeah,
if
imagine it's not
what
there
if
and
it's
he's like, I
what if
fucking
it's
killed my entire
trafficking
family.
like a half an ounce of weed?
Oh, then he'd be
What if-
fine.
What if he's only in there for like 60 days, something like that? Like, would that be a cool felon?
he'd be pretty cool. He'd be pretty dope.
Pretty tight, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
With the
I mean,
at the end.
You don't get to have firearms anymore if you're a felon, so that part sucks.
Fucking
But
sucks to suck. Sucks to suck.
yeah.
I mean,
At least not legally.
Well, when you're high profile enough, you probably don't want to break those laws.
Valid. Oh,
I'm
fuck,
just
speaking
talking about my favorite felon. I'm sorry.
No, speaking of breaking laws, fuck,
Yes.
dude. We were throwing fucking grapes out the window at like oncoming traffic and shit. I don't know if I should really admit
What
this.
the fuck? Why are you saying that?
Nah, dude, it was fucking awesome. I'll even say it was
We're
just
committing domestic terrorism, so I'm gonna lay out all the details now.
fuck it. I'll say it was just me. I ain't taking anybody down with me.
Hatch ain't no snitch, bro.
Right? So, bro, I was fucking hitting some. I was fucking hitting them out the window and shit. There was one where we fucking threaded the needle through some people's windows and shit. And I'm in the shotgun shot, right? And there's a highway across the street going, and I go, hook shot. I fucking throw it, and it fucking, no joke, sounds like a paintball. It was so loud, dude. Fucking smacking his
so
windshield.
loud.
Dude, that one was a good one.
I heard, yeah, it was so loud. I heard it, and I look in the rearview mirror, and I just see it looked like a
Brake
paintball
lights.
just splattering, and brake lights were like, oh fuck.
So, and then I
That's
remember,
pretty funny, actually.
Brando is very good at a very good receiver when it comes to peer pressure, because we're like, Brando, fucking send it, start driving, start going fast, right around the fucking cop, and
Oh god.
and Brando didn't even look around, he just goes, hell yeah, and then just we're just like going like fucking 80 down this like normal ass street, and this cop was just like not giving a shit.
It's like, you dumbasses.
And then we're just like, "Ooh!" Michelle in the back was worried. She's like, Brandon. So,
She's like,
that shit was so
my
funny.
ex-boyfriend is gonna get arrested. Oh no.
I love my ex-boyfriend.
Wait.
Oh, we gotta get those stickers. Now.
Ash, I don't know if you should be saying that during the same episode you admitted to buying yourself a thong. I feel like it's just a bad look, you know?
Oh,
No.
it was a good look.
Look,
Trust me.
We're gonna support you. We love you no matter what. But
I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it.
doesn't feel like it. You sure? Bro, I'm wearing a fucking purple fuzzy robe that was sent to me from YouTube. All right, you can wear whatever you want. It's chill.
Well, not on the show, I can't. But you know what? One day for Patreon only.
Then Patreon members only.
Dude, that's the calendar, and we're working on it, and we're gonna make it.
Yeah, we'll have yours in the YouTube robe.
Yes, just the robe. Just
Yeah, that looks
just
pretty good.
do the I don't know. We'll have to God, we got to get wow, what's the Chip and Dale's? We got to get one of those dudes to come out, show us how to pose and shit. Give us the most hand over.
Yeah.
The subtle
Damian Vasquez?
Yeah, I was just about to fucking
Damien.
say that.
Okay,
I was just about to
no, that's a
fucking say
good
that.
point. Actually, I didn't think about that. We literally have one in our sport.
Yeah, so Damien could teach me.
Yeah, I mean, he could teach you that. He could teach you how to arrest people. He's a very multi-talented dude.
Your team?
Damn.
Do you know Damien is going through the academy? Do you guys know about this at all?
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what level law enforcement it is, but some type of law enforcement academy. So
Fucking handsome police or something.
they're giving that man a badge and a gun. So that's scary.
A handsome man like that with some power. Fuck, that's dangerous.
Well, it's not even that. Just watch the Spick and Span show for 5 minutes if he's on. You'll see why that's not a good thing for humanity.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of gun, I finally got someone to fix Hatch's trigger for me.
Oh.
For myself to make me feel better because his trigger on his CS2 was fucking disgusting.
Fit my hands perfectly.
No, you didn't know.
No,
You didn't know
I
any
think
better.
what happened is, you got used to it. I always love the dude who's like, bro, my trigger's so it feels so good, and then you go to use it, and you're
Motherfuckers
like,
ain't even be getting double-digit
no,
kills
you're
saying that
retarded.
shit. Dude, people would like a negative KD be saying that shit, and it's like, what the hell, bro?
Bro? Because I'm gonna be honest, there is a difference between accepting that your gun's trigger sucks and using it, and fixing it and making it feel good.
It was good for me.
For you, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. What happens when Cedar needs to use your gun and can't fucking ramp 10.5 because your trigger's that bad?
He never gets past the pre-travel. Never gets past the pre-travel. I was like, oh,
dude, it was so long, bro. Hatch literally had a Glock trigger. You were making a full motion.
I will say that it was pretty far. And then I remember Paul was like, yo, all right, feel this trigger and let me know what the fuck is up. And I fucking touched it. I did one trigger pull. I said, dude, that shit is sloppier. Get that shit away from me. Shit is sloppy. Right. And what I meant by that is I felt like the trigger was moving side to side. You know what I'm saying? Like a little
Side
bit
to side play is not good. Yeah.
Not fucking good. That shit's ass. Mine don't
Want
do
it
that.
nice and tight. Yeah,
Exactly.
But yours requires me to go this before the paintball actually comes out of the barrel.
I don't know, dude. Brando got to see me try a bunch of different triggers.
Well, that's
oh my god. So we had multiple guns there, and he's testing it. Paul is the one working on the triggers. Hatch is testing. He's like, I don't know, I don't like it. And Paul just wants him to tell him what exactly does he like. He goes, I like my trigger. He's like,
I like my trigger. So you like it to have no spring, be dead as fuck, and long travel.
Get that, but yeah, and then finally Paul fixes it, makes it really nice. It was really we all grabbed it and we're like, fuck, dude, that's a nice trigger.
No, don't tell me.
Hatch gets it. He goes,
no.
He's like,
no, dude, but I turned it on, remember? And I was like, I turned it on, turned the fucking eyes off so we could hear the clicking from the solenoid. And I'm like, dude, listen to this shit. This shit's fucking duty ass.
I just don't think he's like used to the timing of that.
Of a nice crisp trigger.
Yeah. But like his face was just like just disgust. Like, no, that's not it. That's not it.
Speaking of trigger jobs, fucking. So the first ever electronic marker I had was an E-Tech 4. That bitch would go off if you breathed on it too heavily. I had that thing on like no pre-travel. It was the exact opposite of Hatch's. It was like it was to the point where you could do the like shake shoot. And I was like, that's how I want my trigger. I don't want it like that anymore. That's too short. Like you need some play, but yeah, I definitely like it on the shorter side.
I have an LB with a hella short trigger pull.
Nice.
Insanely short trigger pull.
What LV? The like 1.2.
I have like I have like a 1.1. That's all black.
1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.5, 1.6. Like what the fuck?
I remember we were talking about it because obviously the Planet Eclipse CS2 is, you know, it's getting to the point where it's getting aged. Still shoots like a fucking god. You know, I shoot a CS2.
It's 10.5.
Sleep on me, right?
Fucking NXT Shocker can shoot 10.5 at beautiful lanes.
Right, but the thing is, now, say if your board goes out, the warranty is no longer there, right? Because it's out of warranty.
That is a problem. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, do I just get a new gun? Like maybe I get like a CS3, so I just don't have to worry about it, right? But then Brando brought up a good point where it's like, why spend the money on a gun when I can just do like $80 here and there for a board that's gonna come out, right? And that's pretty valid. I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to get a CS3. Why don't I just fucking wait 6 months when the CS 3.1 comes out, you know?
That's a good point too.
It's
yeah.
gonna come out sooner or later, right? It's like,
and I feel like really, if you have a CS2,
same shit.
I feel like you really like that could be a forever paintball marker. Like
dude,
what
my CS2
more
is my favorite gun of all time.
That's what I'm saying. Like what more do you want? Like it's not like, I mean, I don't know. Paintball markers have just been so refined since like they first, you know, the pumps that your dad was using way back in the day, Brandon. Like it's come a long ass way from that.
Wild.
I mean, like just think of it, like the ergonomics of it, from, you know, the efficiency of it to, I don't know, just like everything nowadays. We're not trying to shoot 20 balls a second. It's just 10.5, and hey, it like fuck may even go down in the future. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's gonna go up.
If it goes down, I cry.
Yeah, it really. Go back to 15 BPS, bro. I watch old paintball videos. It's just better. I
thought 12.5. I think 15 is a little wild, but I think 12.5.
That's wild. I think
that'd be sick. But I think 10.5 is like just like the perfect for paintball.
Yeah,
for like what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think the 12.5 is probably a good middle ground. 15 does get like yeah. It is crazy. That's why I want it, because I want crazy footage, because that's what it gives. But yeah, you are right. It makes a little mayhem.
A scenario that I can think of that would instantly fuck a call. I can completely mess up a call. Like that is, how often do you see where people go for the buzzer and they hit the buzzer and then they get like shot like right after? Sometimes with 15 balls per second, there's so much fucking paint. It's like, was this guy hit before he hit it? Right? Because you know sometimes with 10.5 you can see.
There's like that little gap in the ball. Yeah, you can kind of. Yeah,
right. It's like, all right, you have a way better shot of like indicating a call on if a guy's shot before or after a certain point. Because if the guy has 50 fucking hits on him, you're never. How are you gonna? It's
kind of like, sorry, player, you're out.
Get out, player, get out.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. You also think about it too. Like back in those days, I mean, shit. You talk about the overshooting thing nowadays. Like Hatch getting overshooting penalties for putting 2 balls into a dude. That's what he says. We don't fully believe him, but that's what he says.
Ask Micah.
That's what he says. But like you look back in the day, you didn't come off the field without taking 8, and it wasn't even overshooting. Like it was literally just because you stood up for a second, and that's how many balls my gun shot in that time. Like it was, I don't know. It is crazy to see back at these old videos when you like just, you know, a natural, like, I'm eliminating you, versus today, everyone would be like, oh my God, that's overshooting. Why is he doing that? Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so violent.
Some people where they get like shot and they're like, dude, I'm fucking out. It's like,
get the fuck out.
That just makes me want to shoot you more.
Well, that, plus it's like, I didn't know if you were going to fucking spin on me, because everyone does, so I'm going to make sure you don't.
It's like, oh, how can I relate this? When I hear someone bitching about overshooting, like, oh my god, I'm out. That's like the same sound as like a dog when it gets a squeaker toy. It's like, it's that, why dogs like squeaker toys, right?
Because it sounds like a dead animal.
Exactly. It's like, whenever I hear that, I'm like, dude, this is my victim just squealing.
This is my victim. Hatch, you got problems, bro.
What can I say, bro? It's that primal instinct.
I'm glad you're
You know
my
what I'm saying?
friend, you know? This is
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those moments where I'm like, I'm glad I'm on Hatch's team.
It's that primal instinct where I'm like, oof. Why don't I just inflict a little bit more? Why don't I just make him a little bit more mad?
Yeah, just take it a little bit further.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, he's really pissed.
Pull your gun back up.
Yep. So that shit's fun. It's all love off the field, but
Yeah,
inside
bro.
the nets is different.
Shout out from inside the net. Fucking, that dude used to take really good shit. No clue where he went now.
From inside the goblin.
Inside the gauntlet. God damn it, Hatch. You can change anything to a D's nuts joke, I feel like, somehow.
Yeah.
Yo,
Probably.
speaking of, I went into 7-Eleven today because I was grabbing some drinks. I was grabbing some gas. And dude, fucking they have Mr. Beast bars now. And I unironically I need to try one.
Is it like a protein bar?
Do you know? No, so you obviously don't watch Mr. Beast because he advertises
No,
it
I
like a
don't.
fuck ton in his videos. But yeah, it's his like chocolate company. So it's like chocolate bars.
Lost me.
One of them is literally called D's Nuts though. So it's like I want to try that at one point in my life.
You lost me at chocolate, bro.
Okay, good for you. You win this moral high ground. I don't care. I like chocolate.
I was confused. I was really looking forward to. I thought it was gonna be like a protein bar.
Why?
Now it's
Why
chocolate.
why would he make a protein bar? He's gonna make more money off chocolate.
You're absolutely right, and I just don't like chocolate, so it fucking sucks. for
I
me.
know you're being salty. Like again,
I am salty.
This is your own moral high ground you're dying on.
Fuck. Make something I like, Mr. Beast, please.
Fuck, he's probably working on it, man. I don't know the amount of companies that dude is starting. But that's how you do it. That's how you make the money. You become famous, and then you build brands, and then those brands make you passive income until you die.
Piece of cake.
Generational wealth.
And we're starting it right here. No, that's pretty funny. Think about fucking our kids one day are like paid for by this shitty podcast. That would absolutely make me laugh beyond like
That'd be wild.
that would be fucking hilarious. Like it would be cool, but I would be laughing the whole time. I'd be like, this is so stupid. What the fuck? Like if we ever get that Spotify deal, like if they ever hit us up like Joe, I'd be like, what? I'm gonna sign it, but you're dumb. Like what?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do
Do
this?
this.
It's funny that you said that because generational wealth. Kids are gross, bro. Kids are disgusting, bro.
Yeah, we got a
Gotta
member of the
fucking
Church of Kyle over here.
Had a fucking rat on our plane, bro. That shit was fucking screaming the whole time, dude. Oh my god. Apparently, I loved Brando.
Oh, it did like us. Yeah,
That makes
It-
sense. Yeah, you're gonna
just waving hi to us.
and that makes sense. Brandon is gonna be a father someday, and Hatch hates children. So like that makes sense that the kid
it makes
realized
it makes me
like
sound so bad. It's not that I hate children. It's that they're just kind of gross.
it's okay.
Dude,
I've heard it.
eating Olive Garden. We're eating fucking Olive Garden, and this
Yeah.
kid fucking throwing up all over, like right next to us. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that is disgusting, bro.
No, you gotta
Fuck.
let me finish my sentence here because that's like the saying from parents is like, I like my kids, I hate yours. Where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, no, my children are great. Yours are animals.
Yeah, there's some fucking feral kids out there. Not even gonna lie.
Well, there's some bad parents out there too, Hatch. Why do you think we have so
I
many
think
bad
there
problems
should be
in
a
this
fucking-
world?
There should be a goddamn fucking license to own a kid now, bro. Holy shit.
License? Dude, look, if I need a
There should
license
be,
to
bro.
own a goddamn firearm, then you should need a license to bust in someone.
Realistically, what's deadlier?
Good point.
Busting in someone or a
Yeah.
firearm? I'm gonna say firearm, honestly.
Depends on what you're busting in with.
Well, that's true because then you could create the next school shooter. So you actually could do more violence. No,
Yeah.
I'm done with this metaphor. This is not going anywhere. I'm calling it quits on this one before we get fucking canceled on
enough for
some
me.
shit.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for Hatch. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think with that, yeah, let's wrap up the show here. It looks like I got all the stuff down on my list. I know Brandon, you had the list for the guys. So I mean, is there anything else you wanted to bring up over there?
What you got, bro?
I think the trigger one was the last one that of note. All right, we got fucking dissed by a goddamn Uber driver.
Oh yeah, we did.
This
Straight up.
motherfucker. I fucking hate Philly. Like the city of Philly.
Same.
This guy was like the spirit of Philly in a person.
Like what the fuck?
An asshole.
Yeah, we order an Uber XL. Uber XL. Like there's 4 of us, and we have time to kill before our flight, and so we got to get back to the airport, and rolls up, windows down, looks at us, and was like, what do you say? I only have room for 3.
I'm like, nah, bro, I only got room for 3. Canceling now, and just drove away.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Ordered an Uber XL, like he had room for 4, motherfucker.
Yeah, what a little bitch.
Well, he probably didn't want anyone like in the passenger seat or some shit.
Then we had our next Uber driver, and dude, I was chirping up that guy on a storm, dude. He was like, yeah, grew up in the Dominican Republic. It's my dream. It's my dream to, I'd love to be a salesman. And dude, I am like telling this guy, I'm like, chase your dreams, bro. I believe in you. Like in the fucking car.
If I didn't know Hatch, running into Hatch would be the highlight of my week. Yeah. Like he's that guy that you're like, you know what? I am gonna do this. I'm gonna succeed in life.
We're getting out of the car, and because he was telling about how he wants to be like a car salesman and shit, right? And I'm like, hey,
so
bro,
you're like, sell me this pen.
I'm like, dude, you should look into that. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. I believe in you, bro. You're a beast. And then I closed the Uber door. And that was last time I saw him. Mysterious as he came.
I would love to like hard cut to that man right now as he's like, I don't know, he's having a like Jenny Freebird type moment on a hotel somewhere. He's like, Lord knows I can't change.
His name was Marv S. So
Marv S.
Oh, what the fuck? No way.
Wait,
it was Marv
wait.
S. Do you remember his name?
It was the inmate.
It was Marv S. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He read Brandon's message, got so upset, and then started driving Uber and tracked you guys down.
I ain't gay.
That was fast.
He's like, I ain't gay.
Yeah, hell no.
The fact you sent that to an inmate in prison is really fucked, so Brandon. I'm gonna be honest.
No, what's so funny is all that shit for sure gets screened. All these fucking
of course,
correctional officers are going through that shit. So the thing is, it's so funny. They're gonna read it and be like, if you're an inmate, you're gay. Send it through. Let him read it. Let him fucking read it. That's what they're gonna say.
Oh, it's fucked.
They're gonna say, "Fuck this guy," and then let him read it.
All right. Well, on that note, I think that's how we're gonna end the show tonight because, well, I don't have anything better to say. So if you're an inmate, you're gay. That's what we're gonna say. This has been
Sidelines podcast.
This has been a podcast, episode 47, which does mean, guys, we're only 5 weeks away from episode 52. Is that insane to anyone else?
It's wild.
Well, gonna give a little teaser out there for the people in the podcast. We are gonna do a little bit of a special show for 52, as that's the 1 year anniversary of the show. So yeah, 5 weeks, we're getting there. Make sure you hit the follow button, subscribe on the different platforms. That way you'll be up to date whenever those new shows drop until 52. And then rating on those platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you got to drop a 5-star. YouTube, just hit the like button. That always helps us out. Make sure you reach out to us with the code word of the week, which was Botha. Both of these. Both of these. You know what we mean. Spell it however the fuck you want. I want funny spellings. That's my caveat on this week. So I know if you heard this part, then you're even more of a homie. You didn't just listen for the code word and then dip. So appreciate you guys. But yeah, the other things I always mention, Patreon, make sure you go check that out. Patreon.com/MafiaProductions. We've had a couple new members joining that recently, using the free trial option. So they're able to check it out for a week. And yeah, a lot of them have stayed around. They enjoy the content, being able to listen to the show the second it is ready to go live, it goes live on there. And yeah, you guys are able to tune in every single week for some new content over there. Patreon.com/MafiaProductions. Go check it out. We also do giveaways on there too. So yeah, you might win something. It's definitely worth your time and money. Oh yeah. Last but not least, I've been very scatterbrained tonight, but we got our 2 sponsors. Last thing I gotta mention, Liquid IV. We'll go with them first. LiquidIV.com. Mafia_Moffitt is the code word over there. You're gonna get 20% off and free shipping, and you make us look good, so we appreciate when you do. NECTR.energy. That is the other code or the other product. NECTR.energy/MafiaProductions. Yeah, you guys can check it out. You guys remember when I used to be the only one with the products that sponsored us in our shots, and now you guys all pulled them out? That was a really proud moment for me there. Look at my boys. I'm training them.
Shout out to NECTR. Love you.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to NECTR. One more time, promo code over there is Mafia Productions, all one word, and that's a buy 2 get 1 free with free shipping. So take advantage of that.
Fire
Put
deal.
3 items in your cart and get 1 for free. All right. That's podcast, guys. I'm calling it. So yeah, that was episode number 47. This has been From the Sidelines. We'll be back next week. We'll you'll see us then. That's all I can promise.
See you there.
For Brandon Brando Baird, Stephen Hatch, my name is Ryan Mafia Moffitt. We will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.